Around here, this is more than a game. It's family, it's culture, it's legacy. A community that understands the work, respects the grind, and honors the journey. From the hardwood to the highlight moments, to every player chasing greatness. This is where passion grows, where fans become family, where standards are protected, where women's basketball lives. Welcome to Everybody Loves Juju 12.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. I know we're starting a little earlier today because later we've got the Valkyries and the Aces matchup. But before we get there, we have to talk about what happened last night with the Indiana Fever and the Fire. And I came into the game during the third quarter, watched the rest of it, and my biggest takeaway is pretty simple. I went ahead and I watched the full game after the show. The Fire were the better basketball team. And I could see that from jumping into the third quarter. Sometimes analysis doesn't need to be complicated, y'all. Sometimes the team that executes better, defends better, rebounds better, plays with more consistency, wins the game. That's what I saw last night. Now, I already know what the biggest talking point on social media is this morning. Not the turnovers, not the defensive breakdowns, not the rebounding, not the shot selection. The conversation is about the referees and whether Stephanie White should have been fighting officials harder for calls. I'm going to push back on that. A coach's job is not to spend 40 minutes trying to officiate the game from the sideline. A coach can challenge a call, advocate for players, and have conversations with officials. But at the same point, the players need to still have to execute between the lines. If a team is getting beat in transition, losing defensive assignments, giving up second chance opportunities, or failing to string together stops, no amount of yelling at the referees, y'all, is going to fix that. The whistles didn't cause every missed rotation. The whistles didn't cause every defensive lapse. The whistles didn't cause every defensive lapse. Like I said, the whistle didn't cause every empty possession. And this idea that Stephanie White somehow doesn't care because she isn't performing for the cameras every time there's a questionable call, I don't buy it. Some coaches are very demonstrative. Some aren't. That doesn't determine whether they're coaching. What determines whether you're coaching is whether your team is prepared, whether adjustments are being made, and whether players are executing the game plan. For me, this morning, conversation isn't about officiating. It's about basketball. What did the Fire do well? Okay. I'm going to put the link in for you, MD. You can come up and wait for me in the backstage. What did the Fever struggle with? Where does Indiana need to improve moving forward? And are fans becoming too quick to blame officials whenever their team loses instead of evaluating the actual game? Because from what I watched, this game wasn't stolen by referees. This game was won by the better team on the floor. So let's break it down and let's break it all down with the panel and hear what the chat has to say. Drop your thoughts below and let's get into it. Before I get started, I want to talk about this. I love the post-game conference. You can see that Caitlin was clearly dejected, feeling dejected, head down, body language, eyes big, wide open. And for once, it's crazy because when things go wrong, they allow Boston to do all the speaking. She did most of the talking. She actually took accountability. I love the way that Caitlin took accountability. She said, I need to move my feet. I need to rotate better. Everything that they both said was honestly true. They were the better team. And in other words, that's what they were actually just saying. It's just what I just said. Everything I said, they said. And I hadn't even seen it yet when I wrote this. And here's the thing. Only thing I criticize on that post-game interview is, and Caitlin does it a lot. She always says, I need to do a little this, a little better this, a little. She uses the word little. Sweetheart, it's a lot. It's not a little. It's a lot. You need to move your feet a lot. You need to stay in front of your player a lot better, not a little. So let's talk about it real quick, and then I'm gonna bring up my guest, my panel host, my co-chair, MDT. Why the Fever lost badly? The Fever didn't lose because of the whistle. They lost because Portland punched first. And that's something that MDT said last night from when I first came on. They controlled the pace. They exposed Indiana's defensive issues. The Fire won 100-84, and the game was really broken open by Portland in the third quarter by 37 points. They had a 37-point third quarter. Good golly. Indiana was already down, but the quarter turned it into a reality check. Portland got balanced production between Megan Gustafsson with 22 points, Carla Lett with 18, 12 and 12 assists. 18 points. This is should be more of a Caitlin Clark. And by the way, we were talking about last night, MDT and I were talking about in the 24 draft who was where. And I want to be clear. It was I'll tell you who it was. Third pick in the draft of 2024 was Camila Cardosa, if y'all remember that, like I was saying. The fourth pick in the draft was Rakia Jackson. Do y'all remember that? Fifth pick was JC Sheldon, and I knew she was up there somewhere. The sixth pick was Aaliyah Edwards, and the seventh pick was Angel Reese. The ninth pick was guess who? Carla Lette. Guess who the next pick was that I spoke on from the previous game? Lacan. So my biggest issue with the Fire, they got dominated in the paint, 52-34. That tells me Portland was getting downhill, finishing inside, making Indiana defend without control. When a team beats you that badly inside, you can't blame refs first. You have to look at yourself, your defense, your rotation, your physicality, and your rim protection. Caitlin Clark was held to 6 points, 1 for 7 shooting, and that matters because Indiana's offense depends heavily on her pressure, pace, and playmaking gravity. When she isn't scoring and Portland is still running offense smoothly, Indiana loses their identity. So here's the thing. I also looked at the post-conference from words from Meg Gustafsson, and I told you how impressed I was with Meg. I'm so impressed with Meg. And she said something. She choked up when she said it with tears. I choked up. She said for the first time has she ever felt that a team really appreciated her, basically, in so many words. I don't think she was appreciated in Iowa. Well, maybe in Iowa because she didn't play with Clark. When she was with the Aces, I was trying to figure out to tell you guys what I felt in terms of like how I felt she fit on that team. I don't think she was appreciated as a ball player. Meg Gustafsson could play basketball, period. Emily Angster, I've been watching since college, since Louisville. She couldn't have looked at everybody. The players that they have on Portland are players who have chips on their shoulders, who didn't feel appreciated, who did not get the shine or anything about what they do correctly. So I'm going to open it up, and I got my nephew here. I got MDT here. Thank you, nephew. I'm going to bring you guys all up. I hope you all heard what I said. Let me read the comments. What's up, Groovy? What's up, RC? Thank you for joining Brazil. Political Ill, you all came back because you said you would. Let's start off. I'm going to bring them up, and then we're going to see who wants to go first. Please comment on what I said, and also bring in your take. Start off with MDT, bring you to the stage. Hello, nephew. What's going on?
Hello, everybody.
What's up, nephew?
What's going on? What's going on?
It's so crazy that you came up. Somebody got this stuff on in the background. Got to turn it off. Is that you, MD?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, you got to turn your background down some, MDT.
Oh, okay.
Because your mic's picking everything up. So you got to turn it down.
Hold on.
Okay, thank you. All right. I don't want to get no copyright issue. Nephew, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be on long because I got a show soon. But I wanted to come on and give you your flowers, Auntie. Tell you I'm a fan. I watch whatever I can watch. I try to watch, man. I just be busy a lot. So
yeah, I know.
So I love you.
I do the same for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy because I do it, and it's crazy because it's so funny because I'll be listening to you and I'm like, damn, he be thinking like I do. And I be thinking like nobody be really picking up those little nuances that you and I see. And you'll go against the grain. You'll say it in a minute, something that someone else that the masses aren't saying, you'll say it.
Yeah.
And that's why I really love your show. Okay, so MDT, come on back in. You're gonna go, but I have to let my nephew go up first because he's probably gonna cover, I don't know, maybe to cover the 12:30 Falcons Aces game. All right, nephew, did you see the game last night between Fire and Indiana at all?
Yeah, I saw some of it. I'm gonna watch the full playback today since we only got one W game. So I go back and watch stuff because I was watching the Toronto game last night when I was doing my show. I'm so proud of Kiki Rice. She doesn't get enough respect. I don't understand why everybody I think I was on Foolland Speak Sports and I told him, I said, bro, she reminds me, and I don't like to compare women with men, Auntie, because I think it does a disservice.
Yeah.
But her
understand.
game is so Rod Strickland. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like the smoothness she has. Yeah. Kiki got that. And I saw it in the game when she played y'all because y'all was dominating them all year. And in that final game in the Big Ten, when she just said, she turned into the Kiki I wanted. I got us. Everybody move out my way.
The number 2. Remember, she was behind Lauren Betts in her class.
Exactly. That, and I think people don't understand how great she is. And they used to do that with Rod Strickland and then another player, Devin Harris. She reminds me of both of them. She has that size like Devin Harris, like a big guard, and Rod Strickland, that big guard type who's fundamentally sound. Yeah. So now the game, to get back to the game, I watched some of it and I'm gonna go back and watch some more of it again. The Fever have an issue, and I said this before the season, and everyone called me a hater, and that's fine. We're in this line. We want to try to educate on basketball, Auntie, so everybody ain't gonna like us. Everybody not gonna like what we say. I had a problem with the loss of Natasha Howard. I told people Natasha Howard was going to be big for Minnesota, and I told people Minnesota could possibly be 5, 6, or 7 until Fee come back, and they're going to jump up to that top 3 seed. They're 1 now because I told everybody Olivia Miles is finally with a coach who's going to teach her basketball and teach her structure. That's it.
That's all it is with Olivia. I said it
because Olivia can play, but these coaches, Neil Ivey, love her, think she's a phenomenal person. I don't think she's I don't think she's a real good coach as far as seeing the game. And I think people don't understand the difference between watching and seeing the game. Seeing the game is, where this person going to be on that back cut. Where this person going to pop open when they run a double backdoor screen or they set a screen, somebody's open at the top of the key. Or I don't think Neil Ivey sees the game well because Olivia Miles is finally learning how to hoop. She's learning how to hoop now. She got the talent. She just didn't have it as far as the half court aspect of how to slow the game down. But she's going to do better. I knew Natasha Howard leaving was going to hurt them big time. And everyone was like, Mo Billings, man, she's like another Angel Reese. First of all, she's not Angel Reese. Angel Reese is a guard / wing who rebounds like a 5. I don't think y'all understand what that means. That means she can handle the ball and she can guard all 5 positions and she can rebound like a 6'5", 6'6" big. That's incredible. And y'all don't know what that affects the game like. Mo Billings is nothing like that. Mo Billings, she's not a bad player. She don't suck. She's just not on that tier. She's a tier 3, as I would call it, which is a role player, kind of okay, not an all-star, but a role player who could help your team win, could do the dirty stuff off the bench. She's not a starter to me. And this is what I think people's misconception of what Mo Billings is. Because I don't think a lot of these fans watch Mo Billings. She's good, but she's not a Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard's the first ballot Hall of Famer. like first ballot, like one of the greatest women hoopers ever. Not just in this time zone.
Even with her up and downness sometimes that I've
Yeah.
seen with her, and I think it's because she gets disgruntled a little bit of wherever she's at. That's the way that she's playing now. This is the Natasha that I thought was gone. I thought that, I ain't gonna lie, I thought Natasha, I would never see that Natasha again.
Yeah. I think the problem was Natasha was in Dallas. You know, that was heavy. My turn, your turn with Enrique and Satu. So she didn't really get a chance to really get the ball like that. Now she's in a system where she could touch the ball more because, you know, Cheryl Reeve loves ball movement. Also with Indiana, I talked about their size. Outside of AB, Auntie, they don't have size. They don't really have a strong front court. And if they have any injury or significant injury, that's going to hurt them.
What do you think about, and they don't work together well to me, but go ahead. But listen, you said they don't have size. I'm going to push back on a little bit. You got Timpson, right? What's going on with the Timpson? How come? See, when I saw AB trying to handle the Mystics one day, and I said, AB, you're not going to be able to handle Shakira, and Kiki. There's no goddamn way. And I said, and I was like, in that particular game, I was like, where's Timpson? What's going on? Timpson was just getting down when AB was hurt. How come the Timpson AB thing isn't defensively working?
Because Timpson's an undersized 5. She's not a 4. That's the problem. AB is a 5.
But AB wants to be a 4. She wants to bring up the ball. She hanging out with Candace Parker. Candace is pumping in her head, hey, you could be a point 4. That's what she's doing.
Auntie, at the end of the day, Candace Parker, I have my issues as her as an analyst. That's it. Basketball player, AB can't walk in the same area as Candace Parker. Candace Parker's a generational talent. AB could be a generational player, but she's not gifted like that. That's not her type of game.
She's not above rim either. So.
Right. AB is a back to the basket finisher, but she's forced to have to be in that Chris Bosh role because Caitlin can't run a traditional system. She doesn't know how to run a half court offense. This is why her and Kelsey don't work. It looks janky because some people say it's janky. Kelsey Mitchell's a 2 guard. Caitlin Clark is a wing who never learned how to play off the ball. And they operate around each other's same spaces because Kelsey likes to run around, cut to the basket. You know, she likes to move, and then she likes to get the ball and get into her scoring actions. The problem is Caitlin doesn't know how to set up the offense because she's never been taught. I don't really think Caitlin knows how to play basketball. And that was my fear when I watched her in high school because I got film on her, Juju, all of them from high school when they played. Out of all those players, even Angel, even people y'all can talk bad about Angel, her bricks or whatever, Angel sees the floor incredibly well. She's never out of position. Caitlin never is in the right position unless it's transition. If she don't have transition going for her, she's limited. And this is why she's struggling, because she never learned how to be a set shooter. She's never learned how to work her way around the perimeter. She only can shoot when she can step to the left and get that shot off. That works in college, Auntie, because you know in college, it's not, everybody's not on the same level. You're either great or you're at the bottom. It's no in between.
Yes,
right.
Everybody's at different. I say that all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you see players struggle with keeping pace with others, Olivia Miles or even Caitlin. Caitlin does it sometimes. Yes, she's brilliant. She can see certain things develop before they develop if that player
Mm-hmm.
goes there. But I give her that. But the thing is, honey, until you guys play more often together and that this is a team with you got serious chemistry, you have to adjust to what you're in front of you. You can't
Correct.
you can't be mad because they couldn't finish or catch your pass. Now I want to hold you for a second. Two things I want to do. One, I want to read a new person's comment. I'm not gonna ignore you, Kino Logistic Man, because this is your first time here, and I want to throw this out. I know nephew. He said he hasn't seen the beginning of the game. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I want to see if MDT can answer and keep it short because nephew's going to come behind because he'll hear you, and he'll probably could be from experience of watching the game. He probably could add to what you're going to say. Stay with me now.
Okay.
Going back to Billings. Billings does not fully replace Natasha Howard, okay? Natasha has championship experience, shot creation, strength, and she's a veteran scorer. Howard could get her own bucket and has a steadier offensive package. Billings is more of a role fit replacement, not a star for star. Billings got defensive activity. She's an offensive rebounding. She has toughness. She's a pick and roll off ball fit, and she's faster in the front court. She's 6'4", but she doesn't look 6'4". Now, getting back to the conversation, first I need you to give me a like and a subscribe, okay? I'm going to read your comment, and I'm going to put it up. It says the conversation is, why did Coach White take out their starters when they had an 8-2 lead? Clark AB left, and the other team went on a 13-2 run. In my opinion, White failed. This is where he gave me specifically, because this is what I don't like people to say. I always ask the question, why do Clark fans who watch the Fever consistently more than we do, why do you feel that White is the problem? And then he said, I can feel the racist attitude and nobody come in. Nobody wants to blame the coach. With coach doesn't want to blame herself either. I don't know where the racist part comes in with Stephanie White. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but
Stephanie White, I don't know where that comes from. She's
I don't know
white.
where that.
Like
I don't know.
how does she have a racist thing? Look, bottom line is let's cut that out. I already told y'all I told y'all there's only two superstars to me in the W. That's Asia and that's Breonna Stewart. Breonna Stewart's white. I've been a Breonna Stewart fan since UConn. So stop with the white and all of this. No. Lauren Jackson was one of my favorite players growing up.
Yeah.
So stop with the white bull crap.
Yeah.
Like, stop with that. Like, this has nothing to do with you're picking on me. The girl game is limited. She took her starters out because she had a rotation set and they were up 8-2. So she brought in somebody to help continue that run, which are some fresh legs. That's what you do in basketball. The problem is when Caitlin was on the court during crucial times of the game, she was getting cooked. So what Stephanie has to do, because she's a defensive coach, if y'all ever play for a defensive coach, whether it's men's basketball, NFL, they are built differently. They're thinking of a stop. Mm-hmm. They don't really care because they know they can score. She knows she got AB. She knows she got Kelsey. She knows Caitlin and them can score. She's trying to stop. She's trying to bring legs in there to continue stifling their offense. The reason they came back, because if you have been watching Portland like I have, Portland has a lot of depth. They have a lot of depth, and they run their plays very, very precisely. They don't really miss a beat. And there's not one main person. It's the same with the Valkyrie, Auntie. One person ain't going to unalive you. It's going to be multiple players because they run a system. Those teams are the most dangerous during the regular season because there's not one person you could pin on who we can stop. Mm. So that's why she did her rotations, to try to keep her starter's leg fresh, because it's a long season and it's finna be a physical game because they played Portland earlier.
And also, I want to say this. I don't really think she knew that taking them out, they would dip that. Okay, so Indiana came out. Indiana, it's funny, NDT, because remember I told you I didn't see the first half. So in the first middle, all the way to like the middle of the first quarter, Indiana was cooking, right? 8-2. They thought they had this rhythm going. They had a little
First 3
rhythm.
minutes, yeah. Can you
And then
guys hear me?
Okay, and then now I can, but let me finish real quick, and
Okay.
I'll let you talk. And then the starters came out, right? They came out of the game like my guest in the chat said. But that's when the Fire answered with a 13-2 run. But that wasn't just bad luck. That was momentum shift.
Right.
And Portland settled in. They had to settle in. Indiana's second unit didn't sustain the pressure. And once the Fire got the confidence, the Fever started chasing them.
Correct.
So I got another fella that want to come in. I think I've seen this fella before. Maybe you all have. MDT, go behind me and let me see. Reese, hold off. I need to bring up Reese, but let me see what MDT. What do you think about what the chat said about that run and how the starters came out and what happened?
Yeah, well, I think the concern with the rotations, and I heard what HD had to say about it, and that makes sense. It's just been happening over and over and over in consecutive games where they're playing, and then all of a sudden they bring in reserves or however you want to refer to them, and then it falls apart. Some people argue that it ruins the flow of the game. The big narrative over on the Caitlin Clark centric sites are talking about, hey, you're taking her out of her rhythm, and what are you doing? And I told you my tinfoil hat theory yesterday. If that may be part of it, I don't know, but it does make sense to what HD is saying about, hey, you've got to do these things to keep your players fresh. And if there are other issues so far as not being able to play as well, then those things need to be talked about and need to be addressed within that locker room. I completely understand. But it you've seen this happen over and over and over, and it makes you wonder, well, what's going on in that locker room? What's going on in those film sessions? How are they practicing? And I'm at a loss.
But MDT, why is that a problem? Why is that a problem now? It's never been a problem until they're losing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, I spoke to that yesterday too. It's a lot. There's a lot of attention on them, and I think HD.
How come the Fire wasn't just better, you guys? They were just, and they look honestly, nephew. I say content creators, and I don't know if you're one of them. I don't know why you guys had a problem with seeing the talent on the Portland Fire. What is it that you don't see that they don't? Sarah, they are so good. Their starting five is so good that Sarah Ashley Barker has to come off the bench and she scores double figures. She scored the winning bucket. She's scoring 15 points. They have another scorer on somebody named Punch. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Her name Pouch. Called Pouch.
Pouch. Yeah, thank you. Like, why don't you guys see they have 6 strong double-figure players? They were just, and to me, honestly, they are better than the Fever.
I can answer that question. HD talked about it just a moment ago, where he's watching Portland games. These folks are only watching Fever games. So they're only paying attention to those games. So beforehand, I heard comments like, "Oh, Portland's an expansion team; they suck." Oh, really? They're 5-3 and they suck, and they beat the Liberty twice. You only know that if you watching scores or you watch the games.
Wow!
But they're only
because you watch the Liberty game, man. It was a physical game, and they outlasted them. I was shocked because I thought the Liberty was finna just come in there and slap them, and I was watching, and I'm like, this team ain't playing. They're
came
tough.
Back and they showed you this wasn't a one-off.
Right,
we are actually better than them now. Now, when I talk to Reese from Philly, introduce yourself, Reese from Philly.
So. Can y'all
tell me what you want to say? Yeah, we got you. You want to say anything? I brought you up.
No, I want to talk about the move Stephanie White made in the beginning of the game.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I've been playing basketball for 56 years. I've never seen a coach take their star player out that fast when they're on a roll ever in my life. Not even one time. At any level, high school or nothing. That doesn't make human sense. And from the get-go, the program for success was put out there for the Fever 2 years ago after the All-Star game in Caitlin Clark's rookie year. All you had to do was follow that program. It would have been easy. Championship, no problem. But
Reese,
they got this new coach, dumb as a rock.
Reese, hold on.
Ruining. Oh, what?
Reese, hold on 1 second. What you're saying is that, and it's true, Caitlin is dynamic on, with assists and she's a great player. But when you become a liability on defense, could you tell me what you think about that?
All right, so she's a little bit better defender than she was. She's not but that is not going to be, that will never be the reason why she doesn't win a championship. Caitlin Clark offense offsets that because it's so dynamic at such a high level. Her basketball mind is far superior to anybody we've ever seen. She knows what's going to happen before it happens, but it has to be in the flow of a game a certain way. Having her off the ball and running all this new stuff, and people are talking about she's being exposed. No, she's not being exposed. They switched everything around. What was working, and they switched it around. And
so let's go back. Let's go back to the Valkyrie game when they scored 28 points on her. I seen a highlight clip where they played every single time she got, and it was 28 points. Caitlin didn't score 35 or 38 points to offset that. So can you tell me your theory as
do you play ball?
Yes, I'm a Hall of Famer.
So you know what happened. You know what happened. They killed that game in the first 10 minutes.
Then why did they fire Christy Sides?
I don't even know. Christy Sides.
Hold on,
Auntie. Hold on.
I wouldn't have done it.
Why did they hold on? Stop. Y'all gotta stop with emotion.
Yeah,
Let's talk basketball. If it
Oh,
was
wait a minute.
working at the second half if it was working in the second half of the season, right? Second half of the season, it was working. Why did they fire Chrissy Sides?
I have no idea.
You know why? Because they took the ball out of her hands. If you actually watch the second half of the season, because I'm an AB fan and I've been a Kelsey Mitchell fan since she was at Ohio State. What they started doing was when they ran the half court, they had Aaliyah Boston get the ball by the elbows. And then Kelsey Mitchell started getting into her actions. She started feeling comfortable. When they would miss on defense, when the other opposing team would miss the shot, Caitlin would get the ball and run transition. Why? Because she's a great transition player. So that's why it was working. The fans of Caitlin Clark were complaining that Caitlin had the ball out of her hand a lot of times, and they said Chrissy Sides was hindering her game. So everything you said, I agree with. I felt they should have kept Chrissy Sides and they should have ran their offense like they were doing the second half of her rookie year. But the fans and the people got Chrissy Sides fired.
That was I wasn't look. There were other people out there better than Christy Sides. You know what I'm saying? That would have made sense. Christy Sides didn't really know how to use what she had, but at some point in the middle of the season, she pulled her head out of her ass, and the Fever started having some success. Maybe if she stayed, eventually it could have, evolved into something great. But they fired her. I don't think that was smart. If they wasn't,
I think that was a different team too.
Bringing in a new coach was the dumbest thing they ever did.
With different players too.
What it was, but they could replace her with someone better than that. Come on now,
bruh. Is Kayla gonna get any blame for any of it, or is she just gonna get a pass? Because you just giving her a pass, bro. Like you sound like LeBron fan right now, dog.
What has she done? What has she done?
She's thrown temper tantrum. She's turned the ball over too much. And she hasn't. No, I would not throw a temper tantrum because I'm black and that wouldn't work with me. I would get fired that first day if I said, "It's the establishment. You're fired. Security. Get them." Nah. If I was white, yes, I would do that. If I was white, yes, I would do that. I would do that. But I'm not, so I can't relate to it. Exactly. I won't lose my job. So I would do the temper tantrum if I was white. And people got mad when I said that. I said, "Why? I'm white. I won't get arrested. I won't get thrown out. I get another day. I'm good."
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
If you were pulled up 94 feet since the tip ball of your first game throughout your career, grabbed, poked, prodded. They got still shots of people digging their nails into
Yeah.
her arm when she's going to the hole.
Yeah.
Cheap shots, battery for the hole. You wouldn't complain once in a while?
No, what I would do is I would get bigger, stronger, and work on my handles because I got none. She got no handles. Dog,
No
you pick up,
handles?
you, this is how, this, hold up. You, no, she ain't got no handles. You've been playing for 56 years, right? Didn't you say you played basketball for 56 years?
Yeah, he has.
So let me ask you this. So Auntie did say that, right? Because I need that on the record. He did say that, right? Okay, now let me ask you this question.
3 days ago.
You played 3 days ago? Bet. I'm glad you played 3 days ago. Here's a question. Would you pick up Allen Iverson 94 feet?
No.
Would you pick up Diana Taurasi 94 feet?
Hell no.
Would you pick up Sue Bird 94 feet?
No.
I rest my case. He ain't got no stools.
Wait, hold on.
Jason
Hold on. You pick up. The reason that they were picking up Kaylin at that, because in the very beginning, you know, a lot of WNBA players do not watch college players. I can guarantee you they don't have the time. Kaylin can shoot it way out as far as 30 feet. So in the beginning, she had to be picked up that far because she shoots at a 30-foot clip. Okay. So Cheryl Swoops could shoot at 30 feet. She shot at NBA range. I don't know if y'all know that. Okay. And she didn't have to be picked up that far. Why? Because she didn't bring up the ball. Kim Peratt or Cynthia Cooper brought up the ball. And that's all we're trying to say.
Auntie, she got a shot, but you pick somebody up 94 feet when they can't control their dribble. That's been taught to us since we were kids.
That's my second.
We were taught that as kids.
They never.
They don't strip her because she throws the ball ahead, so she don't get picked off. That's why.
Reese, I'll give you a time when she got stripped and she covered it, and she took a shot, and it's on clip. Flajay just did it open court.
It's not a thing that happens, though.
I can name others too.
Caitlin Clark cuts up everybody that's in front of her, especially
Raven picked her.
There's countless highlights of her just cutting people in half and got them crashing into each other, falling down with her handles. That's insane.
That's true.
Bro, her handles are a D, bro. Like, I don't see what handles you see.
Hold on. In defense of Reese, in the very beginning, he's absolutely right. I was appalled at how she picked apart those guards her first season. She made them look stupid.
Wow, they were grabbing.
She made them look stupid. You know why? Because they weren't guarding the 94 feet. They backed off of her.
Never.
No, I mean,
go back to the games, and then the Phoenix Mercury, they don't play no defense. They were getting cooked by everybody who had a high quality offense. So who were they? Sophie and one of her teammates. One of her teammates on her team can't play defense because she cooked her against Phoenix her rookie year.
Okay,
Let
me say this. Moving on from her first year and her second year, this year I have to tell you, Reese, the guards are much better, from Veronica Burton to Olivia Miles, Carla Lette, Lacan, she's going to have to face. There's a lot of guards who are combo guards, I say. I can't wait to see Kiki get on her and get physical with her. And the thing
she
is,
a crybaby, dog. All she got to do is grow some balls, stop playing. Like, she cried too much. Like, look, everybody's getting fouled. Everybody's getting scratched. I can go pull up a montage and show you, look, just play. Like, everybody gets fouled. Bruh, people get scratched all the time. Everybody's getting pulled.
She gets more attention than anyone who's ever lived, bro. Steph Curry don't get that much attention. When she goes around,
yes, he did. What are you talking about? Steph Curry was getting fouled and scratched every game, dog, and pulled. What you talking about? That's a lie.
Except for her.
Bro, that's a lie. Don't lie like that, bro. Steph Curry was getting the same amount of attention, getting scratched, getting thrown to the floor. What Steph Curry had to do was put muscle on. He had to put muscle on. He had to work on his game. He had to work on his handles. He had to learn how to get some ankle weights to protect his weak ankles. You have to adjust, bro. They done softened the game up for this year. They softened the game up for all the shooters, and you still struggling.
But hold on. HD. He, in defense of what he's saying, you are correct about her having to get muscle and strength. She has done that. I've seen her.
No, she hasn't.
She has gotten a little bit tougher. She actually went to the hole. She went, but it was kind of weak, kind of how she went behind the back. But she is driving.
I swear, you're brainwashed, bro. She is the most coddled player in history, bro.
I'm not disagreeing. We're not disagreeing with that, but I don't know if you haven't watched.
She gets the most foul calls of any player, and she's still struggling, bro. That is insane to me.
They called 4 fouls on Caitlin Clark the other day that weren't even fouls. People don't understand. This is what people don't understand. See, Clark ain't alone. She got content creators that are slowing down the videos, showing the truth. So it don't matter what anybody feel in here or what they say.
Oh my God.
Video. We got the internet now. Ain't no more of that fuzzy VCR stuff, dog. Lies are lies.
That's when you started playing with the VHSs, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe you played. I don't believe you hooped. I don't believe you did it for 56 years because every person I talked to that hooped back in the day, they weren't getting picked up in no damn 94 feet if they had handles.
You said you don't believe it, right? You said you don't believe it, right? And nothing I'll enjoy more.
I don't. I really don't. I don't.
A video would be a receipt, right? A video would be
you can send the video. But I don't believe it's players that's talented that said they played. They don't understand the game.
I'm gonna share something in the back. Y'all about to find out who y'all talking to because Shorty up here says she a legend, right? So let me find.
Look, Auntie, you have fun with your little panel. I gotta host the show. Y'all have fun.
If she's a legend, and I'm glad to be here. I want to sit with a legend and talk basketball. I don't know who you are, but I want to find out. Goddamn. So you want to tell me about that?
Okay. My name is Julie Middleton.
Hold on, Julie Middleton. Because I love basketball.
And I'm also, but Reese, I'm also a 2-sport elite athlete from California. And I played in the 80s before we even had a lot of the stuff that they have now. And I came from the peninsula. And I just went in a Silicon Valley Hall of Fame with Julia Edelman and what's his name? Lynn Sanity and I were in that one. I'm from same area as Tom Brady, Barry Bonds. And I say that to say, in my day, I come out of the class of 82 of Cheryl Miller, okay? So my track it was on the same level as basketball. So I didn't want to choose one or the other. So I ended up at Cal State Northridge. But I was
what's shameful about
what?
Like older people, there's no videos of what we've done. You know?
Okay. Well then listen.
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about me. Like
I agree. I don't have a video either.
I don't have anything, man.
But
all I got is like stuff I did last week.
You let me finish my story. You said in the opening, if you read in the opening, I said who I am. But you can also, anybody here knows, you can Google me. Just put in Julie Middleton, Salmon Tail. You can go chat GBT, Julie Middleton, Salmon Tail, or Julie Middleton Seaside. And pretty much newspaper clicking or my records. I mean, in high school, I averaged 30. In my senior year, I had 36 boards. That was one top 4 in California. I had 26 boards a couple of times. I had a 36-26 game. But also, I'm an All-American in NCAA Division II track and field. I would have had to choose one or the other to go D1. But at the time, you know, what was big down in Southern Cal, which was my attempt I was going to transfer, was Long Beach State, USC. I like Tina Hutchinson in San Diego State, and I also UCLA had a squad. So those were the top teams. So I actually saw Cheryl in person. My roommate was her teammate. I knew the UCLA players that won the AIAW championship. So as far as I've been to the Sweet 16 at my level of basketball. Like I said, I'm All-American, but I double in those sports.
What's your favorite sport?
Everybody asks me that. Why do y'all do that to
I mean,
me?
out of those two that you participated in.
To be honest with you, my favorite sport, to be honest, and I'll say it at 60 years old, basketball. But I was really exceptional in track.
So I mean, did you appreciate what you saw in Caitlin Clark in her rise before the league before she came to the WNBA?
Honestly, I didn't really know about her until like her third year.
Me either.
Oh,
I didn't know about
it. I think that was when I heard of Paige. I knew what Paige was about. Before injury, I thought Paige was going to be amazing. And then I remember AZ Foot. I liked her. But also, I'll say this. Angel, I knew since Maryland. And then I went and did my back research. But what's her name? Caitlin, I didn't really know about her until they started talking about her records.
And I didn't find out about Caitlin Clark because she was in the W. I found out about her when she went pro.
Oh, I saw her. Bingo Juju. Somebody said Bingo Juju. Okay, but basically, my favorite player, you can obviously, that's the name of my show, but that is my nickname. And you can see it on my plaque before I even knew who Juju was in 2018. My nickname was Juju. And all the OGs who some of them that played for USC and other teams, they know that that's my nickname. And so
you the real Juju.
That's what they call me, the original Juju. Okay, but Juju is, she's better than me. She's 6'2", and that girl, I see her personally, have hugged her, dapped her, we conversate. Like, the girl is a badass, and she's going to be bad. And Caitlin will say
she's 6'2"?
Yeah.
Juju Caitlin is honorable. She always gives everybody praise.
She's gonna give Juju her props. But moving on from Juju, because that's gonna change that's going to change the complexity of the game. But getting back to Caitlin, I think what they have a problem with is that they put her. Here's the thing, Reese. I've been watching women's basketball since the 70s. Okay, so what happened when Caitlin scored 3,000 and something points, like I told you, when I got to college, the NCAA had just had 1 year. We went from AIW to NCAA. Lynette Woodard was one of my favorite players. I understood who Nancy Lieberman, Carol Blazowski were. I understood who Ann Donovan, the center, was. These are the white women that they talked about. Ann Myers is another. And so Lynette Woodard, we played with a men's ball. I played 20 minutes halves. And we played with a men's ball. And she had 4,000 points. So when Caitlin did the 3,000, I wasn't really moved because Pearl Moore in my division had 4,000, and I think Lynette Woodard had it as well. So when they said I said, yeah, she has 3,000 and something with the 3-point ball. I played with a 3-point ball middle of my college career. Lynette didn't play with a 3-point ball. And if you have that many points without a 3-point ball, I love the men's ball better because I have more rotation and a chance for it to fall in. And she did that without it. So I wasn't overly impressed. So then they said, okay, Julie, what do you think about, these long range shots? I said, hey, that's a hell of a shot. That's, it's not the first time that I've seen anybody pull that. But in my day, LaTanya Pollard from Long Beach could shoot from there. Katie Smith could shoot from there. Cheryl Swoops could shoot.
I got a question then.
So it wasn't impressive to me.
Let's take the logo threes and forget all the records and all of that. Her basketball brain.
I think I said it earlier that she's great. I said that she sees the play before it develops, but she sees it a lot quicker than others do, right? And she can make those, but she's not the first that I've seen that can make those passes. I love Tisha Penicheiro. I love Chelsea Gray. But my thing is she's got to make it so that they can catch it.
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. I've been watching basketball a long time too.
Pete Maravich.
No, I'm talking about with women.
Okay, women.
I grew up with Dawn Staley. So.
Okay. Did you watch Tisha Penicheiro?
Yeah, I watched a little bit. Not after Cynthia and Cooper and all them left. I went away from women's basketball. It kind of died to me.
You know who Tweety Nolan is, or no? Okay, there's a lot of people that don't know. Okay, so Caitlin, honestly, you asked me a question. Caitlin, in the modern era, she's I hope to see her continue to rise to the occasion and improve and show off her skills, because I've seen some really brilliant games from her. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some real stuff from her, but I've also not seen her be able to adjust in real time when she gets the attention that she gets defensively.
Adjust?
Yeah, just to real time. Like, for instance, Juju has faced doubles and triples, right? So we were like, Juju, you can't keep forcing these shots up like this, right? So then by her second season, she was like, okay, I got to dribble out of this or see it. Phil Handy taught her to see it before it happens and get rid of the ball. Or how are you going to adjust to this? She did it in real time during that season. I've seen her actually grow. I need Caitlin to grow from being doubled in that manner. And I was trying to tell HD, I did see her this year, Caitlin, because one of the things I wanted Caitlin to do was to get a floater and a mid-range pull-up.
She has a floater she uses over and over and over again. She did
No, that just happened. That just happened. She did not. She did not.
There are countless highlights of in her rookie year, college with the floater.
No, forget college. This is pros. In the pros.
I said her rookie year and college.
She did it 2 times. I counted it.
Fadeaways, right in the mid-range, all type of shoulder shimmies, everything. Her
all right. I got a
unlimited.
Fever fan. I have a Fever fan right here. MDT, he hasn't got a chance to talk, Grace, and I don't mean to cut you off. MDT, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. In her first year, did you see her do a lot? Make them floaters.
Make plays? Is that
get into the plate? Get into the. I know you don't know basketball that well.
She didn't drive to the basket a lot. She was passing. She was passing. She was rebounding. She was making 3-pointers. She was being more of a field general that way, but never really took it to the rack. When you guys were talking earlier about like team, what's changed and stuff, that was a different team too. Temmie was on that roster. Katie Lou Samuelson, Wheeler was on that team. It looked like a lot more fun. Not to mention during that season, if you recall, that was an Olympic year. So everybody, they shut it down for 2 weeks and they could get rested, and they came back and the season started again, and her and her team came back with a vengeance and really put on a show for everybody. And then you look at the dynamics that what occurred going into 2025, and it never really got off the ground because she started off with the season being hurt. And we're kind of seeing some of that now with a little bit with the dysfunction that's going on. I wanted to comment earlier about what HD was saying. I don't think she's as bad as he made her out to be. She can play. And if I wanted to take it a step further, Angel Reese also has elements in her game that she ought to have improved too. And I think both those comments are valid.
We know that, and we know that
are valid too. But the thing of it is in this space of why people say things the way they say, it depends where their point of view is coming from, where they're at already. And we talked about this yesterday, the polarization of this thing of how it works. And there are going to be people who are going to be fierce defenders of Caitlin, and there are going to be people who are going to be anti-Caitlin, and by proxy, maybe fiercely defend their own team, whether that's the Dream or the Aces or Valkyries, whoever you're talking about there. And it prevents us from having honest conversations. And you alluded to this yesterday, that we can't, it can evolve into something to where we can't even talk to each other about what we're seeing. And all of a sudden, people want to turn into gatekeepers or want to make comments about somebody's basketball aptitude because maybe they didn't play or maybe they don't know anything. I freely admit it. I'm learning. So I'm listening to you guys talk about things, and I'm hoping to gain some knowledge. That's why a lot of the times I'm not really talking. I'm listening because I want to know what it is that you're seeing. So when I come up here again, I might be able to weigh in on some of that stuff. So
you said you don't really know that much about ball.
Not the strategies. I know I broke this down for Juju yesterday. I can see if a team is putting in effort. I can see if somebody isn't playing well. I can see if they're injured, and I can see if they're athletic. So in the case of the Fever, early on in the season, Stephanie White came out and said, listen, we have 5 people on minute restrictions. They're trying to get healthy to some degree throughout the season.
Wait, they have minute that might be why
She
pulled
said
them
that
out.
about
Minute
AB last night.
restriction.
She said AB is on a minute restriction last night.
Can I ask you a
So-
question though about that?
Yeah.
If AB is in minute restrictions, why she throw her in at the end of the game when the game was obviously over? This woman, wait a minute, nothing Stephanie White has done since day one has made any basketball sense. People who know basketball know that.
I agree. In the Valkyrie game, the second one, it took her out with 5 minutes into the first. It looked like they were saving her up and then brought her back.
Saving her up, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's the
A
best that I got for you.
Cockroach, deer, road runner. They has an endless. Yo, come on, y'all. Come on.
I'm not in the locker room. I don't know.
I feel the same way. You got a 24-year-old who's got back problems like an old ass person, which is Caitlin Clark. Why does she have back problems like this?
How does she have back problems when she muscles everybody to the hole and scores on them while they're hacking her?
Reese, she wears the heating pad. She said they
Right.
they reported that
she wears
has a
the
back
heating
problem.
pad, comes in
She's
the
a
game,
back
and
problem.
muscles somebody to the hole. So I want to hear.
I didn't say it. The organization is saying that she has back issues, like she had the groin, soft tissue issue.
This is a fact, and you know this. When Clark is in the game playing Clark ball, the team is winning. They start losing when Christy Sides sits her down. There's already five games that went just like that. And that's why they've lost those games. When you take a player like that out of rhythm, you play ball, you know how this goes. You know what rhythm is all about. When the rim turns into an ocean, let me go till I miss or until something goes wrong. You know that. They let every other star in history do it.
So I think they have done it. I think Coach has done that. Okay, so you want to keep. This is what I heard somebody say last night, and this is funny you're saying this. From what we gathered, and MDT and I were talking about it, you want the organization to go ahead and keep her in 40 minutes no matter what.
No.
Oh.
You don't have to kill her, but you don't have to take her out. When she creates 8 points of effortless offense, she's obviously on her way to a 40-point triple-double or something great.
Oh, don't take her out. Yeah.
And you sit her down when it's 4 minutes into the first quarter. That's unheard. That's never happened before. That's never happened.
I can't answer to that, but I know what you mean, though.
She's one or the other, dumb or evil, one or the other, period. And she can't be dumb because her basketball track record says otherwise.
I'm gonna drop a link, but I asked of you guys not to get emotional. Reese is saying his opinion, his feelings, his knowledge, MDT as well. I am as well. You got to come up here because I'll drop you right down. Don't yell at the man. He's just expressing, his opinion. Let's be respectful, please, because I'm trying to really hear and decipher. And if we don't agree, we just don't agree. But give your reason and your factual reasons for not agreeing. I know my basketball knowledge. I know my women's basketball knowledge. I can go back to Immaculata from when we played, like I told you last night, half court, this and that, Jack Styles. There's a lot of players that I love that I can name that played this game. White, black, purple, Indian. Shoni Shimba was the baddest I've ever seen at that guard. Like phenomenal passer, shooter. If you don't know who she is, she's a Native American Indian that actually had to leave the league for personal reasons. But the girl, if you don't know who that is, look her up. Shoni Schimmel came and drafted by the Atlanta Dream. I'm gonna tell you somebody, Reese, that as excited as you are about Caitlin Clark, I'm more excited about Shoni Schimmel. Look her up. And by the way, did you Google my name?
I will. I got some stuff saved.
Oh, no problem. Okay. Somebody asked me to put the link down. You didn't come up. I don't know where you are. Is there
what you would have really loved to see? Playground Dawn Staley. If you could have seen that, my goodness. You talking about a little irritating cockroach and
Don, here's you want to know my point guards were. Ann Myers at the time, what I loved about her, she from our era, well, she's older than me. Her era, she kept her head up. She made brilliant passes. Okay. Then comes Kim Mulkey. This was my motherfucker, Kim Mulkey from Louisiana Tech. Okay, floor general like a mug, right? Not necessarily the scorer, but the point type, typical point guard. Dawn then comes into play for Virginia. Dawn and Tammy Reese, especially Dawn in college, was more the opposite of what her point guards are in college. She was a scorer. Okay, she was just like Caitlin, getting into the championship a few times finals, but couldn't win. I mean, it broke my heart. I think I might have watched it 2 or 3 times get to the final. It was crazy. And then there's Jennifer Azzi, there's Jennifer Rosati, there's way before Sue Bird. I remember Kim Perrott scoring 50. Nobody remembers that in college.
I remember little Kim Perot.
Yeah.
Her name is Perot, ain't it?
Perrott, yeah. Perrott. We say Perrott.
I don't even know what the real name is.
But Don was cold. But one of my favorite.
Her height was her curse. If Dawn Staley was 6 feet tall, she would have been.
I don't know. She still kind of was getting up there though. She was kind of like Hannah to me. Like
I jumped over her, yo. I'm 6'4". Dawn Staley is so tiny in person, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
she's not basketball big.
Yeah,
yo,
she's
I
not basketball big, but she played.
You named a bunch of point guards, right? I saw something. I saw something in the Fever with Caitlin Clark, right? She grabbed the rebound. And was you grab it, you come down wrong and you're falling backwards. Yeah. She was falling backwards, and while she was falling backwards, she two-hand flicked a pass all the way to the other foul line. That's just one example. It was right on the money. Over someone's fingertips, like it was Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison. I've seen her do this 100 times. I've never seen any player, male or female, do this with regularity. The way she does, the way she finds holes and like misses the defenders by inches, even her passes in traffic. No one's ever seen anything like this. And that's the truth. And that's why she has the name that she has and the buzz that she has, because of what she's been doing over the years. It's being slighted, man.
So you think so, but see, Reese, you say this with confidence, and I love it. However, you say things, but you also admit to me that you missed a lot of basketball. There's players that I would love to do this with you. I wish there was a way that I could like go into the clip and bring it, show it, if I knew where they were. Some I do off memory, but find certain highlights to show you like, hey, does this look like Caitlin?
They're all there. Everybody has highlights on the internet. Everyone. I checked out Diana Taurasi, and 100 other people.
But Diana's not a point guard. But Diana's not a point guard.
But look at Clark. Clark's highlights.
Clark is special. She does special things. But she does special things. But so does a lot of people.
Of course.
But you're putting it at her above about. I think they had her the other day of all the top point guards. They had her at 5. And then at the end of the sentence of all time, at the end of the sentence, they said it's too soon for her to be above some of the ones that were on there.
How's that when she rewrote the record book? Wait a minute.
Because you keep talking records. Hold up, Reese. You need to understand something.
That was crazy what she did.
Breaking records are not winning championships.
That's correct.
Who won a championship in their rookie year as a point guard?
That's exactly why I said it's too soon.
Calling her
no. You just told me no. Please. You just told me no, Reese. It's too early to put her at number 1. Isn't it, Reese?
One sentence out. Skill-wise, we're not talking about achievements and all of that. Skill-wise, Caitlin Clark is in the sky, and the next person ever is way down here. If she never wins a championship, that will always be true. This woman came in a rookie year and broke records that it took people 10, 20 years to set while getting beat up and looked off by teammates. That is insane. Imagine she never gets hurt, never gets all these flagrant fouls and all this nonsense. Her teammates don't look her off with all the hatred and all this. And she gets to play Caitlin Clark ball. What would we be talking about right now? We'd be talking about 50-point games, averaging 30 and 15 if her teammates caught the balls and made the layups. Come on, now this chick is too good. She's so good that her teammates drop balls that are on the money. It took them more than a year to get used to it.
Same thing
And
with
they
Dawn.
still-
Same with Dawn Staley. She couldn't win the championship because the teammates weren't on the level that she was on. She couldn't
You know
carry
what I
them. She
think happened there?
tried.
Dawn waited. It took too long for her to get there. You know what I mean? She wasn't in her prime.
No,
You know
I'm
what
not
saying?
talking about WNBA. I'm talking about college.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dawn Staley has the defensive, like small people like that, like Iverson, TJ Ford, they can't guard anyone on the earth. So when you're small like that, you got the Kelsey Mitchell problem. She can't guard anybody. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, I said that last night. MDT, didn't I say that? I said she can't guard anybody either. So what are we going to do? So what I said that last night is a problem.
It's definitely a liability when both of them are on the court and they're struggling
Yes.
to defend, for sure.
Yeah,
that is not exaggerating.
So how do you make
at all.
up for that? How do you make up?
They've got to.
The other
I
players
don't
have
know
to
what
help
the
her
answer.
not-
They got to
other
figure
players
that
have to-
out.
They have to stop leaving her on an island. When they know she's one-on-one with somebody, you set your feet and get ready to skip over and help her. Nobody does it.
I want to
That's
say,
a
I want
coaching
to.
problem.
It is, but that's how the rotation rotates, and that's how Aaliyah gets fouls. But hold on, Dan, the man boxing. I said this last night. He wasn't here. Reese wasn't here. I said this. I said two players that face the same, that face worse than I think Caitlin. One was Candace, and one was Shamika Holsclaw. Candace Parker was getting beat up on her rookie year. She managed to win the Rookie of the Year and MVP the same season. The only WNBA player to do this. But I have to say this. I want to throw in Shamika Holsclaw.
Holsclaw is Kobe, period.
She's period.
Holsclaw
She's Jordan.
is a
No, they
stat.
called her Jordan. Kobe wasn't even playing.
Holsclaw was the first swagged out female basketball player I ever seen.
She is the GOAT of Tennessee.
I love her, man.
On the ground. And then Candace is above ground. And she just said that last night.
Yo, she carried me through my prison bid. I'm not even going to lie to that.
I hear you. I know so. I know her. I know.
This is what you might not know, right? The guys that were behind the wall when the WNBA came, we all open arms grabbed it. And it became a rule. And you are watching these women play basketball, period. When Holsclaw came to that league, I knew she was different. Day one.
Oh yeah, she's very different at the time. No love. Nobody has not given credit. Reese has given her an enormous amount of credit. I'm just a fan of two-way players like Maya Moore or Juju Watkins. So I'm not discrediting Caitlin's greatness in her ball playing and some of the different things that she may be bringing to the game. Nobody's doing that. But I am not going to put her as the best thing, greatest thing I've ever seen. There's no way I can do that.
Everybody has their, but
I just like players like Captain Pondexter.
She don't really need that.
I like that. Kennedy Carter's, and that's just my style.
I love Kennedy Carter. We can sit here and talk all day about who likes who. Mathematics supersedes feelings and all that other stuff. Clark put herself in history with the math. She don't need no help from me, you, or nobody else. She is there at the top.
Basically,
she has done things that will never, ever be done again. Ever.
Oh, wow.
She took a bunch of nobodies to the who. Oh my God. It's a shame that it's all gonna fall apart though.
Why?
It's not. There's no recipe for Clark to succeed, man. The same dumb stuff is going to keep happening. At year 3, and the same dumb stuff is still happening.
Okay, who do you want to
it's going to stop?
Who do you want to? I feel like her fans like you will never be satisfied with any coach she ever has unless Caitlin coaches herself like Bill Russell. Like, what do you want her? What do you want to see happen?
Someone who's intelligent enough to let Caitlin Clark play Caitlin Clark basketball.
You sure that's going to work in the W?
The reason why Aaliyah Boston got that contract she got is because how easy things were for her when her and Caitlin Clark were running that pick and roll. We watched Aaliyah. She was already nice, but we watched her game evolve because of Caitlin Clark and how easy it is to get points when
Are
you're
you going to
on the floor where
discount
they're
what
playing,
Boston
when
did
you're on the
last year?
floor where they're playing Caitlin Clark ball. They went away from that, and that's why Leah Boston looked like a role player now. They could have picked and rolled that game yesterday. They could have picked and rolled them to death.
They did. They actually went back and watched it, and I saw the pick and roll occur about 1 or 2 times, but I felt that the Fire busted it up. He got in between it, and it just didn't.
Stephanie White went away from it. It's impossible.
Yeah, because it was getting busted up. It was getting busted up. Yeah, Tina Charles went to Christ the King. The new player that's going to come out, Sue Bird went to Christ the King. I know basketball like the back of my hand. And then Vokosa, who's going to be going to UConn, is also from Christ the King. I'm very familiar with Christ the King. And I saw Juju eat Christ the King up in 2022, so at the Staples Center. So
if your pick and roll works 4 times and then they stop it once, you switch it up. It's easy. It
didn't work 4 times yesterday.
No, I'm just hypothetically.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you're hypothetically saying that she has gone away from it, and I haven't seen her fully do it this year. That's what me and MDT were talking about yesterday.
There's no pick and roll action this year.
I know. That's what he and I said.
Right.
That's
we're
crazy.
watching.
It's almost
but
like
I don't know. I
I
don't know why. I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying they're not gonna continue to go through it. It's too early. It's about 8 games in for them, or 9 now. But I'm not going to say that they're going to completely get away from it. But I think they're trying other things, because you got to come into the league with something new, something different. Can't keep doing the same things.
You really think that do you think there's a scenario where Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White are together through this year? That's not going to happen. This comes burning down soon this year.
And you think that Caitlin will be the one to be traded?
Who knows? If I was Caitlin Clark, I would leave the WNBA. There's no recipe for her to succeed there. She has no friends. Everyone hates her.
Whose fault is that?
Wait a minute, hold on. Everyone hates her literally for no reason after she brought them billions of dollars and helped everyone get more eyes on them. She helped everyone who hates her become a bigger and better star from living off her shine. It makes no sense to stay there. She should just leave and see how they do without her.
We did fine last year without her. We had the same amount of viewership.
That's exactly correct.
More.
There's no one alive that can. There's no one alive.
Did you hear me?
When Caitlin Clark left, the viewership went way down.
Only for fever games. That's not true. The rest of the league numbers went up.
Now you're being disingenuous.
Wait. I'm saying this wrong. Wait a minute. I said that wrong. I said that wrong. See, the fever numbers were out of this atmosphere.
We're not.
Everybody else.
They're not the only people around.
Everybody else was pretty much way the fuck down here where they always was. So nothing went up for nobody else.
Oh, really?
There was no such thing as a road game in Clark's rookie year.
Oh, really?
She packed out everyone else's stadium and got the numbers.
Yeah, she did.
All by herself.
They were excited to see her, and they're going to be excited to see Juju when she gets there. Then what?
You really think Juju's going to sell out every arena on the road and have the crowd screaming for her?
Oh yeah, I do.
So the opposing crowds are going to scream for Juju
because you just said it. Not everybody likes her, so why are they're screaming for her? But you just said at the same time, not everybody likes her.
What you saw with Caitlin Clark, you're not going to see again. They're going to try over and over. They tried it with Paige. They tried it with Ainge. No one's going to fill her shoes ever. This story is going to be so dark. People are going to go away from women's basketball maybe another 30 years.
I doubt it.
I don't believe that either.
When Caitlin Clark goes away, 3 million viewers at least go away with her.
Okay,
that day.
But sir, hold on. Don't open your mouth. MDT, did that happen when we didn't see her anymore last year?
As I said to you last night, that for the numbers for the Fever games went down by about 250 to 500,000. Conversely, all other games that didn't have the Indiana Fever as a competitor, those games went up for the remainder of the season. I expect to see that again this year, regardless of whether Clark plays the rest of this season or not, because generally the interest is up. And judging by the number of nationally televised games that are scheduled to take place this year, those numbers will continue to go up because the networks themselves will publicize those games to get people to watch. Now, if you want to,
forget,
if you
they
want to talk,
started-
let me finish, sir. If you want to talk like in 5 years, could we see an overall decrease from what's occurring now? Maybe,
No,
but they are
no.
still on the
Hell no.
upward trajectory.
Hell no.
On the upward trajectory.
Hell Doggo, Juju Watkins, Jackie Davidson, Aaliyah Chavez, Sarah Strong. There's so many, Madison Booker. There's so many players that are coming because women are starting. I mean,
but Juju, in terms of like maybe casuals might go away. I'm not saying wholesale like it cuts in half. They're doing $1 million per viewer or per game right now in viewership. But could it go down 100 grand? Maybe.
Now. They switched up the way they count views. It was so slick and evil to try to. I don't even want to talk about that, man. And you know that happened if you were watching, yo. They had one system the way they counted views, then they changed it so that it would look bigger and come on, man.
Well, I'll ask you this question. Did you know that they weren't counting groups? They were counting just single televisions as one person watching? How do you explain that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some dark days coming, man. I don't see any.
I don't agree. I know,
and I don't either. And if they do, it won't be for a while. Won't be for a while.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because ever since I tried out for the Sparks, ever since this league has started, every freaking year the league is gonna fold. The league is gonna, because you know why? Because the ABL did, the WBL did. So many times this has happened, but guess what? We're not going to fold this time. It's beyond that. She helped it, but also a lot of those things. What she did was, it was the, you know what priming the pump means, right? Where the priming the pump means, like, it's already building. It's already building. You already have 29 years of history going on, and then one person comes in and the dam breaks. And that's what she did. She's a catalyst to it opening up, but she's not the reason, because you have to have all the historical things to go on before that can even happen. Now, there was a dead ball when we had the freaking COVID. There was an era in there where I stopped even watching, and the crowds, the viewership and attendance was low. That's in any sport. NBA went to that dead spot until Magic and Bird came along. And then from there, they had to change the rules because, oh boy, Michael Jordan couldn't handle the physicality. And then they changed the rules. And then we wanted to see more high-flying dunks and some of the air flight things that he was doing. And so then that happened. And then it continued to go its direction. And then it kind of, dipped down. And now we don't even really know what the NBA is. A lot of people really love watching the WNBA, including yourself. So
I can't watch other games. I can do just watch highlights. I
hope you continue to not be that way and actually watch the talent that is going on around the league and just be a true fan, so that when you
I tried to look for a little bit. I just can't. It just looks so sloppy and clumsy.
And I think the Fever look the same right now.
I think the Fever look worse.
I think they look the same as well. But I cannot blame coaching. I just can't. I cannot.
It isn't clear enough.
The players.
Go ahead. I got a delay.
I was just gonna say that I just think that I don't think they competed. I think if you look at the post conference, everything that Clark said and everything that AB said, I didn't like the previous post conference. AB, I was pissed off at her because she didn't take accountability. You don't bring the goddamn ref. Play the game. One thing that Caitlin said it wasn't the refs. She said it herself. She said, I need to do this a little better, that a little better. And as a whole, she said, we didn't execute. We didn't do this. She took accountability. AB took accountability. And I had a major respect for her for doing that.
And the coach did not.
Never. I got to listen to hers. I didn't hear her part.
She'll never do it.
I have to listen.
She hasn't done it by now. We kind of know who she is now. We know who she is now. Like, it's not no secret. This chick is the devil.
Rick said, where would the league be if CC wasn't here? The same where it was before she wasn't.
Exactly.
Maybe it would take a little longer to get to where you all are saying it should be. The CBA was able to be accomplished even though she did not play in her second year. We were still able to make the argument. You want to know why? Because we had the argument that we know was coming. They know what's coming in the 27 class, the 28 class, and now I want to throw in the 29 class. There's some real the women are getting better and better. And I know you probably don't watch like OTE, overtime select basketball, or that you're not watching high school basketball. I'm looking at high school and middle school, and I'm seeing a trend. I'm seeing a trajectory that's going to be off the chain because of the fact that nutrition, scientific, NIL monies, all kind of things are making the game better. And we're not, I think the problem is people can idolize. I think it's idol culture going on. You can idolize who you want to idolize. You can say Caitlin has done all of these things. Hey, let's put her on a pedestal. Let's do this. Let's do that. You can do that all day long, but it's still not there's nobody who's on a pedestal that absolutely everybody loves that game, their game. There's just nobody. I mean, Asia's numbers speak for itself. She's one of the best players, the best player.
I don't respect her at all. Not even a little bit.
Well, you should respect her game.
No. When you got that kind of whistle, you're not even an athlete to me. You haven't earned anything. No, sir. I can't watch that kind of basketball. I'm a basketball fan. I can't watch bull crap. No, sir. No way. And the thing about it is she's too nice for them to even be getting down like that. She don't even need that whistle.
Okay, Donnie said Juju is more like Paige and isn't exciting basketball. Well, Donnie, why don't you go back and watch Juju against the number one team in college?
No,
the number,
nice.
Hold on, don't ever say that. That's some bullshit. You ain't seen Paige, you ain't seen Clark or anybody go 38, 11, 8 blocks against a 6'7" and 6 3-pointers in one game, dude. If you say that Juju is boring, you got a problem. You don't like basketball, because when is the last time that we've ever seen Clark have a string of what you really like? Now, Reese, he's telling me the things that I appreciate about Caitlin, which is her assist and her passing is amazing. Her 3-point shot, when it's clicking, it's great. But don't sit up here and say that's what's making the game exciting is her consistently shooting 30-footers, because it's not. Go back and look at Shawnee Shimmer.
It is.
And she hasn't had a game like
that. I'm gonna tell you the difference. So you know what a push shot is and a 2-step jump shot? The difference? All right, all the women alive, 99.99999%
don't shoot jumpers.
They shoot push shots.
Oh, really? Okay, I can show you some people that shoot
like
jump
you don't see no massive biceps and triceps in her arm.
I knew that's why you liked it.
Somehow, some way, from 30 feet away, Caitlin Clark can pull off a 2-step jump shot from down here, get in here, and do a crunch in the air.
How many people, let me tell you how I know basketball, Reese. How many people saw me when I said, when Raven gave the pass, I said, what I love about Raven Johnson, she knows where to give Reese the ball. If you watch my show, I said she gives it to her in the pocket. I wish I can go back and find a short. I can pull it up. She gives it to her in the pocket, like he's saying. And in the pocket means right here. Her pocket, everybody's pocket is different. It could be here, it could be here. She catches it here. She pumps down, it comes up exactly like Reese said. I just said that on my show. Exactly. And that's what gives her the for that shot.
Do you know?
I said that.
Let me tell you something else about Caitlin Clark jump shot.
But I can show you somebody who can catch it here and pull up 30. Hell, I could pull up 30. I don't shoot from down.
But it won't.
If
you do that, you're going to be going forward and pushing it. Clark goes up.
No, I go up.
Her legs come out in front of her, and she does a crunch. There's no woman ever could shoot like that, ever. And it probably won't be. That's special. That's different. That's what makes her different. Things like that. And I'm gonna tell on Caitlin Clark real quick and snitch, because I might be the only one that knows this. She gets her velocity, even though she's right-handed, from her left thumb on a jump shot. That's why she's able to do that. I ain't got no ball in here, so I can't really.
Okay.
Like if you're right-handed, this left thumb right here, does a thing like this. You'll see Clark's hand go out. Curry does it. Ray Allen did it a little bit, but that's where her velocity is coming from this thumb pushing the ball forward. And that's why you see Caitlin's jump shots The ball don't rotate neat like Larry Bird and you know what I mean. It's going like a curve ball, like a knuckleball almost. She don't get good rotation. Sometimes she does because she has different releases. But her Caitlin Clark's jump shot, wide open, nobody on her, that thumb is pushing off, and it's going to be a screwball.
Okay, everybody has something, different or special about their shot. Remember, like, let's look at when you think of Jamal. What's the name? Lonzo Ball. He changed it, but let's look at Jamal Wilkes, right? He has a wind-up shot. Everybody
Jamal
has
Wilkes.
something kind of Jamal from.
That ain't even basketball, yo.
No, no. Reason I'm saying it is I'm giving you somebody with an extreme way of shooting. Everybody has something, extreme or different, and you just described everybody. He's describing what makes her shot incredibly gifted and how it has a range. But I'm gonna go through. I think what I'm gonna do, MD. I think what I want to do is I want to go and show him players from eras. Oh, god damn, Asia, you blocked that crap. I want to bring you some people that shoot at the same range as she did, even before she was born.
All right.
What's the range on the NBA? What's the range for the NBA shot? Does anybody know? Is it 25, 28? What is it?
I don't even know. They pushed it back. They moved it up. They moved it a couple times.
Can somebody look that up? What the range is?
But the 3-point line, Clark is pulling up jackknife shots from 15 feet behind the line. NBA. Like nobody's ever done that.
Oh goddamn! Ain't nobody shooting that. Don't do that.
Curry didn't even do that.
And here's the thing: if she's so good, why didn't she do what Ionescu did and shoot in the 3-point contest? Because
I was wondering that too. There's a couple
last
people
year?
I was wondering why they weren't in that.
I don't know if her first year.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see
that.
that.
Because Ionescu, that was against Steph Curry, and she didn't want to shoot against him. That's why.
I know that, but what happened? We asked her again, for the All-Star game. When she was she was the captain. Regardless, she didn't play in it because she was injured, but she still turned it down.
And it's crazy.
They still turned it down before she got injured.
Let me see if you agree with this. You do agree that they put that 4-point shot into the All-Star game because of Caitlin, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do. I agree.
That was a sad thing to see them chicks trying to pull up 4-pointers. That was so embarrassing.
But we didn't even get to see her, so we can't even praise her.
That was horrible.
Her do it. And if I don't even like. I think it was the worst. I think she did terrible in coaching. All she wanted, she made a joke of it. She's like, "Oh, just shoot a 4, just shoot a 4." Nafisa and them, we wanted to see a real game. Like, what you got? You pick these players. Let's go, Caitlin. You talk shit about your coach and everybody else. Let's see you pick a squad, and then you coach them. She didn't even give a real effort. It was not cool at all. I didn't like it. Sorry, I just didn't. I'm trying to find my jumper, and it's probably mid range. It's not. I got a photo of it, and just since you analyze stuff really well, I wonder what you think about it. But I can't find a photo. But my shot from the mid range is right here for where my forehead is. Some people shoot at the top of their head like that, which is groovy. But
I'll switch it up.
From here. I do too. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I got 20 different releases, yo. My fingers do different things.
Yes.
Sometimes the ball, hold on, let me show. I'm gonna share something with you.
Okay.
You can watch that when you get a chance. I'll put it in the back chat. That's me shooting around like literally a couple days ago. By the way, I'm 56 years old and I played more ball than anybody that ever lived, dead or alive. Period. Pro, I don't care who it is.
I'm 61.
I don't care who it is in the world, dead or alive. I played basketball.
I don't mind sharing my age. I don't, so I'll tell you my age.
I played damn near every day my whole life, almost on a daily basis.
Go all these moves before Kobe.
Jordan didn't do that.
Jamal Crawford, you feel like you better than Jamal Crawford?
I'm older than all them clowns. Them clowns doing my moves that Kobe watched me Kobe got the moves from me, and then he showed the rest of the world. That's who I am. I'm older than all them clowns.
When did you play overseas?
No, played in prison.
Did you play in high school?
You know, a little bit. I got in trouble in high school, so that ruined my basketball career.
So pretty much you're like a playground legend.
Everybody who's ever been in front of me got destroyed, pro, college, or otherwise.
Did you play in Rutgers?
Hood,
you from New York? You from Philly?
No,
Where
from
you
North
from?
Philly.
North Philly. You like Cock Hopper?
I don't watch. I ain't watched the NBA in a minute.
Shy. WNBA, Kalia Copper.
I mean, damn, I'm all over the place today.
Sorry. All right, look. Before I let him go. Here's my thing. I've seen a lot of different names. I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to look in the chat and read what you're saying. But I'm seeing a lot of you that I've never seen before, and I want to welcome you and thank you for your comments and your, whether, I see my chat going back and forth with you, which is great. But one thing I do ask is free. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get more consistent. I'm new on here. Could you please give me a like? Please. Excuse me, not a like, a subscribe. It's free. If you're a homie of Reese and you follow him and he has a show, follow me, and we'll do this more often. Total stranger, Donnie, I don't recognize you. I need Rick Crane. I need your subscription. That's how I met MDT and started bringing him up here. Good news, I think you already do. David, I just saw his name a minute ago. David, please subscribe. I need your subscriptions. Not trying to.
All right, I just hit you up.
I need your subscription. Rick Crane. Hey, sometimes we may not agree, but that's how basketball is. That's how sports is. We disagree and agree to disagree. Or we may see different parts of what each other is saying to make a whole.
The opposing sides need to get together and talk more, even though there's going to be arguments and disagreements. But y'all content creators at the end of the day, and this isn't our lives. We're just sports fans, you know what I'm saying? So we can come together and talk some crap and do whatever. You know what I mean? I go on a lot of the Angel Reese channels, and they just treat me bad because they think I'm coming in to. I'm not coming there to disrupt nothing. Coming there to help your channel. You need some opposing views to help your channel. People want to see.
You know what I didn't like about that whole thing, and you kind of subscribe to it as well, because we're talking about skill. Like no one had, for me, as an off guard, shooting guard, I was a rebounding guard, and I feel like people discredit rebounding. And my chat said the saying that Pat Summit said and that Pat Riley said, rebounds win championships. And for me personally, that's why Jordan went out and got Scotty and got closer to getting the championship. But once you got Rodman, he was able to continuously win championships. And I feel like when Magic and Bird came along, the NBA shot up. And yes, Magic won the first championship, but those two, both of them, and it's the same thing with Clark and Reese. Both of them have brought up, well, Kaylin has better skill set. It doesn't matter. The attention came because of the two of them. Her attention, I didn't really notice Clark until the situation with Angel. I already saw Angel, not because she was black, but because of her winning mentality, or the fact that she's been winning since high school against Clark. AAU, she won in the Big Ten conference with her, Diamond Miller, Cheyenne Sellers, and Shakira Austin. They won the Big Ten. And then 3 years, and then when she transferred, or she got injured, and then after that, 3 years, Iowa won it straight. And then she goes over to go with Mulkey. Mulkey, in the second season, inherited the team, and then she put some pieces together, like Alexis Morris and Angel. And then her first McDonald American recruit for LSU, she on her squad, she brings them in and they win a championship. And then the championship the game was great. And truth be told, Angel got them there, but Carson and LaDeja and the squad, they all put together a winning game to win a championship. And the whole John Cena, which isn't John Cena, which is Tony Yayo, the rapper, created. John took it from him. It's all about appropriation, and that's the problem that I have about a lot of things. It's like I see dumb stuff on the internet like, well, Caitlyn's acting just like the Black Thugs girls do, meaning her passionate ways and her celebrating. But her celebrating is a little different. Her celebrating is a lot of taunting. I'll see other people celebrate, but they don't necessarily do it like when she shot that shot. Like Tiffany Hayes shot a shot and you know that a nice 3 on Caitlyn. Caitlyn came back and shot it, but the way she did it is a playground thing where I turn my back and all of a sudden you run up on my back and then back up like, yeah, now what? Now come on, Caitlyn,
when people mention that, why they don't talk about what happened right before that?
What happened right before that?
Like, if you saw the
I thought I did.
Hayes was taunting her and talking shit to her the whole time.
She backed up, but she didn't touch her. Caitlyn touched her. You don't touch somebody.
She had her arms down behind her, by her side. There was nothing threatening about
No,
did.
bro. You know how it is when you rub up on somebody like boom with your chest, like, yeah, now what? And you back up. Nah. She had enough room to come down.
She's a lot nicer than me, because if you in my landing space,
she wasn't.
You going to the hospital. You going to the hospital.
She wasn't in her landing
space. They always are. Every time. And they don't call nothing. She was. That's why. No, Caitlyn took a step forward, but Shorty was in her landing space. And she had every right to take a step forward because she was doing it over. Everybody does that to her.
You're being disingenuous. A lot of people have done it. But Caitlyn also tries to draw that.
She shoots a jackknife. The only way to guard that is to get in the landing space. She's not drawing.
You know what I would do? You know what? One of my favorite things to do in basketball is defense, even though I was a great offensive player. My thing is, I love defense. My speed, first of all, my lateral movement, my back, there's no way I would like jab at that girl so many times, make her go the way I want her to go. And then when she goes to do what she does, you never crowd Caitlyn because she knows how to draw that foul. I would never play her off. Half the time, I'd act like I'm coming at her, and I'd back so far off of her to let her shoot that ball. Like, you are not going to get me on the landing bullshit. You're not going to get me on the, trying to lean into me. And I've seen players start to do that with her now. Like, we're not going to – I'd be like, why do you guys contest everything she does? If she makes a 30-footer, she just makes it because the rarity of that and the percentage of her making that is so low. Let her make it. It's good for the game. Let her make it. It's just like if somebody was going to dunk on me, you don't need to try to contest that unless you really have a chance. Get away from that before you hurt Caitlyn or you hurt a dunker. Let the dude dunk. Go through and let him dunk. You don't have to contest.
I think Caitlyn's logo bombs are literally higher percentage than her regular three-point shot. I really do think that. I can't remember. I did the research, but I forgot it.
Wow, you think so? Wow, God.
Yeah, I can't remember that shit. I think it's higher in the league than it was in college or something like that. But her logo bombs are high percentage. She misses a lot of three-pointers when it's not like, when it's people running at her and it's some dumb shit that Stephanie White did.
Yeah.
When she got to get it out the mud and force up a shot because the play went bad. Somebody missed this and she has to do a lot of cleanup work because her teammates are so damn stupid.
Yeah, she put that shit on Tiff real tough. That was a great shot. I just feel like you didn't need to run up her back like that.
No, she had to do that. You gotta let people know. I'm gonna show you. And when people got a big mouth, you gotta let them know. Like you not
exactly. Well, then but here's the thing: you appreciate that, but when somebody does something to your girl, you got a problem.
No, she gets them back every time.
It works both ways.
Every time somebody does something to her, she gets them back with a eye jammy in the mouth. And then she talks
it works both ways.
They started every single time.
It works both ways. It works both ways. If you like that, then okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put it up on here for you right now for everybody to see. This is what
everybody has one highlighter.
This is a beautiful shot. But this is where she messed up in my eyes, because you don't where I come from, she'd be lucky she was standing in my face talking to me like that.
No, Tiffany Hayes would be lucky she was standing.
I will bust that bitch's ass.
All that trash she was talking, all that dirty shit she was doing.
All in that defensive possession. Clark.
Now, right there. Now look. look, you see how she continued, bro? You don't do
No,
that.
up to that point.
She
What
continued.
happened up to that point? Clark should have came down and elbowed her in the back of the head and knocked her down for what she was doing and all that crap she was talking. She has a big mouth, and so
You want to her to do that because someone is talking shit. That's weak.
No. They're not just talking shit. They're
touched
hammering her
Tiffany.
and grabbing her and calling her white bitch and doing all this other stuff.
No, they're not. No,
Yes,
they're
they
not.
are. Yes, they are. Yes, they
No,
are.
they're not.
Yes,
Nobody
and
calls
you
that
know
girl a
it.
white bitch. No,
This
no,
happened
no,
over
no.
200 times.
No,
See, Caitlin
no,
got
no.
content creators.
Now I'm gonna
that
let
catch
you
it.
go. Now I'm gonna let you go because we're gonna go watch this game. But now you're being
Which one?
disingenuous. You gotta
No,
watch the Aces and Valkyrie game.
It's already on.
You can stay in the chat, Reese. But when you went there, nobody's calling her out of her name. We don't even feel like that towards her. But let me let you go. But I enjoyed the conversation. But
All
turn it on. It's on NBC. Okay, it's on NBC. All right, NDT. I'm sorry I didn't get to see, but hey, it was a great convo.
Yeah.
I got to see what you're talking about now.
Yeah. It can get a little like that where it's heated and it doesn't lead to any productive conversations, unfortunately. And there is a polarization and people want to be tribal about stuff, and I get it. It's passionate. But it can get a bit rough. And I've had it.
I don't like disingenuous things. Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? I can get rowdy if you become disingenuous about Juju, I can get crazy. But I also can I mean, like Rick, hit the subscribe button. If you're gonna come in my chat, I appreciate a subscription. I really do, can't hurt. But I don't like when people say things like that.
Yeah, it becomes an exercise in making generalizations about people based on their basketball. Like my line of demarcation is this: if you can critique your own favorite player, then I can listen to what it is you have to say about stuff, and that's great. But when it only seems to flow one way and it can be vitriolic, where does that come from? Are you being objective or are you just saying hurtful things, regardless who you're talking about? And for me, that can be a little much. A little much.
Yeah, I mean, not you, Rick. I was looking at this, Rick.
So there is somebody in the chat that I've been having a conversation with that I'd like to address, if that's okay with you, Juju.
Absolutely.
Okay, so he took exception to us, and mainly me, because we've been talking, that we are referring to Caitlin Clark as a catalyst or a big influence as to why the popularity of the W. And I said, and he says that he said a couple things in there, and you can read it. And so we're going back and forth on that. So he wants me to provide context because he thinks that's disingenuous, that we are selling her short, so to speak. And I didn't talk about this last time we were on, but I'll bring this up today. That when the NBA were working on their new media rights deal, that concluded in April 2024, and also included WNBA media rights. That meant that they already had this new money that was going to come 2 years later, albeit before she played her first game.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The first game.
With the charter planes was already discussed.
which they wouldn't have done if they didn't know that new money was going to come in. So,
and Brittany Griner's situation, the safety.
Yes, and so does it help? Did it help for sure? Does everybody benefiting? Sure, but
but it's not because of her.
The thing for me is, and I don't think this gentleman knows that I'm a Caitlin Clark fan and Indiana Fever. I like them both, but she's not Larry Bird yet. You know, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there. You got to win. You got to play these games. Let's let her do some stuff. All right. There's nothing wrong with saying that she's the biggest catalyst. I don't find that as being an insult. Furthermore, in addition to the new media deal, they took in $1 billion in expansion fees during that
Oh,
calendar
yeah.
year.
Oh, yeah. During that period of time.
Because he
Yeah.
was bringing up losses. So what are we talking about here? Yeah, you may have lost a little bit of money. And if you're smart business people, if that's true, why would you stay in business? Why would you do that? Why would you keep doing it if that rhetoric is true? So I wanted to put that out there because, yeah, and this comment here is correct. She does move the needle. That's absolutely true. But what is also true is when she wasn't playing last year, Fever game ratings went down, but everyone else's in which the Indiana Fever were not participating in, those ratings went up. So, we're moving in the right direction, and I think we ought to celebrate that instead
Okay.
of talking about who's the one most responsible. It's all going to fall apart if this player leaves, and I just disagree with that. So
Exactly. And I love that you can speak to the numbers and speak to what's happening. And he said, like, oh yeah, that just meant because they knew she was coming and they're gonna bring the attention. Well, I think, and then I mentioned about Juju coming and a lot of others. And they're like, no, they won't move it like her. You don't even know that. You just speaking on that, but you don't even know that. And then Donnie says she broke the men's NCAA scoring record. What are you talking about? And I said, hey, she didn't break Lynette Woodard. Lisa Bluter obviously said it. You don't even know who Lynette Woodard is. You don't even know when Lynette played. Lynette played before I played in college. As I came in, Lynette was coming out. She played for Kansas. How do you explain that there are other people that have scored more points with no 3-point line? And then you hear it and then you let it go out of your brain. Like you don't even want to address it. So when you say things like that, and the reason why I'm not riding her coattails like that is because I've seen better. I've seen, if you want to just talk about scoring champion, I've seen records. I've seen it. Someone scored more than her. And Lisa Bluter alluded to that. Because we filed a lawsuit to get into the NCAA. We were AIAW. So when we go from AIAW to NCAA, those records don't carry over. So if you're going to follow women's basketball and you want to know about it and you want to know why people push back, because there are people like me who have been around long enough to know it's like, child, she's not, I've seen someone score more than that without a 3-point ball, but you don't want to say anything about that. You just let it go over your head, what I'm saying. But you won't give me a response to that. You could have at least done what Lisa did and say, I need to acknowledge this. There was a Division II player that scored more than she did in my era with the men's ball. We played 20-minute halves. We had different rules on the court. We didn't have a 3-point line until I think I was a sophomore or junior in college. And like he said, Donnie said, well, they seen it coming. Well, they're going to see, they seeing a whole lot coming right now. The game is going to continue to evolve. And don't get so offended that if Juju didn't get hurt, and I'm not even going to say that she can't still do it, if she breaks her record. Records are made to be broken. Juju is the only one that broke the freshman record that I've seen and know who Tina Hutchinson is, that only played 2 years. Tina Hutchinson scored 898 points her freshman year in NCAA. Juju scored 920. And guess how long it was ago that record was set? When I and Tina are the same age, we're in like 1983, 80, you know what I'm saying? Like it took that long in the 2020 freaking 4 to happen. That's a generational talent. That record by Clark is going to go down sooner than later, and it should have gone down with Juju. And then after that, Michaela Blakes could have been the next person to break it. But Michaela didn't break Juju's record her freshman year. She still didn't even score as much as Juju did when Juju went down. If Juju would have went postseason, she was already ahead of Clark. And you guys got offended about it, as if Juju's chasing that. She's not chasing that. She's chasing winning. But she's always been an elite scorer. Nobody is trying to be like Clark. They're two different players. Records are made to be broken. I can say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. Nobody is chasing your great white hope. Nobody's doing that. Because personally, I already told you, I already seen someone score more than her, so I'm not overly fascinated with it. I'm just not.
And I don't think you're the only one that feels that way. I think there are a lot of people out there that feel that same way. I've seen this. She's great, but I've seen other people do extraordinary things too, except at the time, they weren't getting either their just due, or casual viewers weren't paying attention. So
Exactly. Now take Candace, right? I've seen Charlotte Smith from the University of North Carolina win a championship, but also that year she dunked in college basketball way before Candace came along. And she's related to David Thompson. I believe that's like her cousin. If you don't know who David Thompson is, but you only know Dominique and you only know Dr. J, then you don't know basketball. So me having a conversation with you makes a lot of sense why you don't understand why I feel the way I feel. And I'm not like I've seen Caitlin do some things in the game that if she were to continue like consistently to do that, I was about to say, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but she has such downers sometimes and people adjust to her so much. Like Juju has only probably scored once forever until maybe another time. The time when she went down injured, a single digit game in college one time. And that's because Tara Vanderveer focused solely on her. But we won the Pac-12 championship. It didn't matter that she had 9. What mattered was her teammates picked up the slack and we won the Pac-12 championship and we weren't even supposed to. We were ranked 20. USC was ranked 21. So that's all I'm saying is when Caitlin doesn't have to score a bunch of points or have a bunch of assists. She has to impact her team in such a way with her gravity that it benefits the other players, and they still win.
By the way, are you catching any bit of this game? It's 34-33.
I remember we said yesterday about 5 of us said the Bucks were going to win. Are we still on that note?
It's close. It's 36-33 Vegas right now with 3:20 left in the second. So they're playing their kind of game. So far,
I've actually got to agree with you. Vegas is actually not. They're really coming out ready to ball today. I'm going to give it to them because I didn't know how they were going to look, but Valhalla is going to get to them after a while. We'll see. I think Asia's here playing like looking at the game. Asia's ready to play. Jackie looked like she's anxious to go. They better be ready to go because Valhalla goes deep on the bench.
Yeah.
And Natalie Nakase, I believe in her. I do believe in Becky, but I believe in Natalie Nakase, and I believe that I don't even know the stats, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that the Falcons are a better 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, I think they're number 1 in the
I could be
league.
wrong. Are they?
For makes, they're number 1.
See, I just guessed that. I didn't.
Yeah, you were correct.
I could just
pretty impressive.
a lot of times I don't come up here with a lot of analytics stuff because when you've been watching basketball so long, I can just about tell you what it is from watching.
I heard a good term when one of the major radio guys said he coined a term and smashed them together. He called it manalytics. You got to watch so you get the context, and then you combine that with what the numbers are telling you and trends, and that's it. Because if we're talking only analytics, it doesn't give you the story of the game. Like last night when you were talking about, hey, what's going on with this Fever? They scored 84 points. It should have been in that. But if you don't know that they were down by 15 for the majority of the game and trying to catch up, and the fact that Portland scored 100, then what does the 84 mean? Right? So you gotta watch.
I was like, why is everybody so upset? They scored 84, and the other team scored 100. I said it last night. I said, which means that I just feel that Portland outplayed them. They were just better than them.
Right. Or
I don't even know how to blame the coach because it was about execution. It's like when they were on the court, they weren't getting it done. And I think it shocked the hell out of Raven that she told her, she was arguing back with Stephanie in this clip, and she told her to stand up and told Raven to sit down and started talking. And then Raven, knowing Raven and her sweet demeanor and how she looks up to them, she's ready to play. She knows it's a business, but I think part of her was a little shocked. Sometimes when you get thrown at that situation, you haven't been prepared. Like every game that we would play, that we would prepare for, right? I would know that I'm going to play this many minutes, or I know that I'm going to start. And I know that but when you switch it up because somebody got foul trouble or the coach got pissed and I had to come in. Now now it's like, hey, we didn't even prepare for this. And this is her first year. So ordinarily, if you've been playing in the league longer and you come in for somebody, you know how to make the sudden real-time adjustment. Raven Gay came in and made the same mistakes that Kaylin was making. And eventually fouled out. She wasn't prepared. She wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, it was a bad situation all the way around. I told you they came out flat, and just you used a good term. What did you said? They were not disheveled, but disconnected. That's what you said. That's what you said, and that was perpetually evident throughout the whole game. It was that way the whole way.
It was like, when you're disconnected, when Ty Harris came in and she goes to the right, she's supposed to go to the right, then pass to the left, and she threw it out of bounds, and Timpson looked at her, is that for me or is that for somebody that was supposed to come up to get? It was like they're disconnected. You guys, they weren't on the same page. It was like you start doing stuff like that, they're disconnected.
So tell me, from your experience playing at a high level, couple sports, and been in basketball locker rooms, after a loss like that, and after the backlash you're going to get and all the scrutiny, what's going to go on in the locker room? Are as players, are you talking among each other? We got to get this right. Are you going as a group to the coach? Is it fluid and does it matter like what the dynamics of who is the team leader, and do they send a spokesperson, or are you talking about this maybe on the plane home or on the bus ride home? In your experience, how did it work when you knew you got where you took a shellacking or took a tough loss like that, where it looked like you weren't even in the game?
I don't want to tell you what my team did in college, because it was hilarious. It wasn't funny, but it wasn't a good year. That one of my years, it was a lot of pure comedy, actually. I don't even like to talk about that, but I think the leader of the team will speak up. I think when Asia, like for instance with Asia, when they were getting a shellacking, man, I mean, they took a shellacking from the Bouts, then they took a shellacking from Minnesota by like 50. And I think that's when she finally had to step in, and that's when your leader will step up. And I don't know who the leader is.
And that's another question, because when Asia did that, she had already won 2 championships. They'd already been through these tough playoffs. They've already had the championship medal to know that they can get it done. They just got to go do it. You're not making that same argument if you're AB or if you're Clark or you're Mo Billings or Sophie Cunningham. How are those conversations going to take place?
I think I could see Aaliyah speaking up. I can see her probably. I love, like I said earlier, and I hope you guys caught it. If you go back and look at the post game, I love the way. To me, I don't know if it's honest, if they were genuine, but they actually nailed exactly what went wrong, and they actually took accountability, and Clark actually put the blame on herself. She knows.
Yeah, they do that extremely well, both AB and Caitlin Clark.
I don't know. Do you really mean what you just said?
And I got a thought on that too. So I've been listening to Caitlin Clark in these pressers or when she talks, and she reminds me of another athlete who did the same thing, except he didn't do this early in his career like she does, because she's media trained and she's got a marketing degree. But Tom Brady would say things in pressers, talk about, hey, we got to get better at XYZ. I need to make my throws, and really wouldn't give anybody anything and would just say the same platitudes over and over and over. And both AB and Caitlin Clark do that extremely well.
I mean, they nailed exactly. I was waiting to hear it. They nailed exactly. They're very intelligent. They nailed exactly what went wrong, and AB gave the flowers to the fire. She had to.
Right.
She did. She had to, because they.
So the critiques are we or me, and they give flowers to the other team when they get beat, and that's
do so they you do never. That all the time? I don't know.
They do it all the time, and they never move off of that.
I didn't like the night before that though. I hated the way AB.
Yeah, she was trying to walk the line.
I didn't like it.
She was trying to walk the line of saying, "Hey, listen, they took advantage of the situation, but it wasn't. Kudos to them." without going so far as saying that we had a problem with the refs, but that's really as far as that goes. And that, to me, that's innocuous. I don't think that was like a huge slight, maybe in a roundabout way, but still really, really good to not lose your composure in those moments. So
My thing is, if this is what you really believe, um, if they really believe what they say, and they still can't correct it in real time, I think then she does need to listen to Brianne January, who was one of the best point guard defenders in Indiana history. You listen to her; she's going to help you get better.
well, you
On
watched.
defense.
If you watched, you played. So if you're in there, what are you saying? What are you saying to them? Hey, what do they got to do to get right for the next game? Because you got Atlanta, who's long, who's athletic, and they're gonna want to kick your butt too. What from a basketball perspective? What are you saying? What are you saying you're improving upon
Communication,
on
staying
defense or
connected,
both or offense
both,
too?
both staying
Okay.
connected with each other. They're not communicating. They don't talk enough for me. They don't stay connected to one another, coming in a group and actually saying something, not just coming and touching, but actually, um, like you. One of the best things for me as a guard is when I have a center who can see everything, but and they have a real view of everything that's going on. And that centerpiece right there has to talk about what's coming to me. As like I may not see that screen coming. I may not see um the give and go and how they are trying to seal me off to score, right? There has to be like a discussion behind me from the center telling the guards and everybody what's going on. And that's AB. And if AB's not in the game, then it's going to be Timpson. And I doubt Timpson would know how to talk like that and really be vocal. But it has to come from Aaliyah. Aaliyah can do it. And she has to ooh, nice block. She has to be able to communicate to them what she's seeing. AB knows how to do it. She does do it. She's been that way since college, but I don't see it a lot right now. And
So
I
you're
think
saying
that
an overall communication issue, and it's got to be led by AB because she's a center. It's got to start right there.
yeah, and I think Caitlin
Okay.
needs to talk too. If Caitlin's seeing something on the floor, like I don't notice her saying, "Hey, I wanted you to do this," or "How did I mess up? Tell me what did you see?" Like let's say the other team is shooting a free throw. There's got to be communication. I also think that I don't like that. I think what makes a point guard really good is that they have this eye contact with their coach. Look at Olivia and Coach Reeves. They're here. She's always running over to the side. Coach is in her ear. Coach is telling her, da, 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 or she looks to the sideline. See, she doesn't do any of that.
Yeah.
And Coach Sides used to try to get her attention. Bluter has tried to get her attention. Stephanie White has tried to get her attention. She doesn't have a connection with her coach enough for me. I just watch her. I could be wrong, but just watch her. I don't see it.
I saw a bit of the histrionics last night too. You and I are in alignment with that. Just got to calm down from some of that stuff. I get being a competitor, getting fired up, but some of that just I don't think helps. I don't think it
Because
helps.
sometimes when you're on the court, you can see things differently than what the coach can see, and you make an executive decision of a counter of what the coach wanted you to do because you have to counter because they countered. But she doesn't. When things are going crazy, she doesn't lean towards looking at her coach like, "Hey, what you want me to call right now? Is there something?" Because they stopped my transition. What are we in? What do you see? She's not like, she doesn't do anything with her coach. She doesn't want to know. She doesn't. And the coaches can see things differently from the sideline, but she doesn't do that. I would improve on that. See, they're going back to it right now. I was just talking about this. This is what you're talking about. She told her to get up. She's mad. She's mad as hell. And then what's her name? Clark stood up, and then she told Raven to come in and sit down because she doesn't listen. Now, somebody like Raven is gonna look to her coach for direction because she's still in that learning stage. She's still, but Clark should be in that learning. You never stop learning. You should never stop and think you know everything, because you don't. And I also said something one time on my show a couple of days ago. I said, how many of these players actually watch the whole game through over again?
And I'll tell you what, to
I
that
say
point,
none.
I tell you, I was listening earlier, and I watch all the games as much as possible. And that doesn't make me any kind of expert on this, but I can give you context at least. I can explain, okay, well, that team was up by 20, and maybe they did catch up and cut it to 15 and scored 90 points, but they still lost 110 to 90. I could speak to that, but some folks only want to watch highlights and only want to speak about that. And I don't think that gives you the full story.
It doesn't.
It doesn't give you the full story, and it's just like looking at numbers when you're checking somebody's box score. You don't get the whole thing. You got to watch. You got to watch a little bit.
And a lot of people in my chat actually go back or actually watch in real time, and they're really trying to give their honest, take. But I can tell the ones who watch highlights and what you're saying, and you gotta be genuine with your favorite player and actually say, hey, they had an off night.
Yeah.
Or they could have done this better. Like I used to say that about Angel. Like I used to love when she would fight back and come back up. But one time I started to notice, and it still happens, the whole JJ never comes in for rebound. Jaquil Jones. She came in and Brianna and Delaney, everybody came in and attacked her, and she kept trying to force it up, and they kept blocking. And I was like, Angel, at some point you got to realize you got to kick it out. And so the next game she realized she has to. That's what they want you to do, is keep trying to force it back up. There are people that are open, kick it out, and so that improved when she heard the masters tell her that. And I like to take criticism to heart. I take criticism and I make it work for me. The more you criticize me, the more that I take it and use it to my advantage.
Here's a good comment that Nick came up with. Nick Crane 5473. Can you see that one?
Which one?
It's a two-part. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Her body language when the team is losing or when she's having a bad game is unacceptable. That's when you have to rally your teammates and get them fighting. Cece does not have that. She starts looking defeated. That's a great take. Absolutely. I see that when things are unraveling. Yeah.
I feel, I'm looking, and if you got young players, which you do, I mean, you're young, but she's a little bit more mature than them. No, she's not really mature, but she's got a lot of basketball knowledge. And, they're looking at you and they're feeling bad because they're dropping your passes, or they're not where they're supposed to be. And then you're making them feel even worse because they can't draw from you. They can't draw energy from you because they know you're feeling bad because you're playing shitty. And now, just because you're playing shitty, you can't do that. You can't drop your head. You can't let people know, because they're looking to you for direction. And when Cece does that, they're looking, but she's young. That's what I'm saying. She's young, and a lot has been put on her shoulders. I'm writing her off. Yeah, nobody's writing her off, but she needs a mentor right now. The woman must be feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders, and she won't admit that. And then people like that, I'm like, and Cece, you have not arrived. You're not the end all or the be all of don't believe your hype. Don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Don't believe your hype. Because that will be that will be to your detriment. Because there's always going to be someone better at some point in your career. Someone could be playing better, someone who's been around,
They're talking about that exchange. They're talking about that exchange during the halftime of
I
and
bet you they are.
Cheryl Miller says, listen, some things you don't want out there. And then Sue Bird's, hey, it's just frustration. Some type of stuff like this happens, but either way, they got to get it worked out, whatever it is. Yeah, Nick, that's a good point that you just mentioned right there. She is young, and there's a lot of pressure there, and she's got a great opportunity to do some really really good things. What's going on there in Indiana? They've got some dysfunction going on, and it looks it's become a bit of a problem. I don't know what the answer is, but we've got to have some honest conversation, I suppose. It's it is very very curious. Caitlin Clark acting entitled and spoiled brat. Yeah, there are a lot of people that are going to look at that clip and come to that conclusion right there for sure. Not a good look when you're getting trounced in a game, and that's the optics that you're showing. Uh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. She's a point guard. Sue Bird's going to say her piece, but you heard what Cheryl Miller said before that. Um, she's old school. She says there are lines you don't cross. She said that. I'm with you with the Kennedy Carter situation. She's too big of a talent, too great of a talent to not have this work out. I just hope that she can keep it together. And talk about another player who's under some pressure for herself. Uh, I really hope it works out for her. She's in a good situation, and there's been some rumblings about some social media things going on, and I really hope she pulls together. She's such a great talent. Rick Crane. All I know is you have 3 all-stars on that roster. I hate to just default to coaching, but any coach would kill to have. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, but there have been dream teams that have been put together. And I'm saying this is a dream team, but they've been put out there. Didn't Kobe play with Shaq and Karl Malone and Gary Payton? And they and in the end it didn't work out. They got beat by the Detroit Pistons. So there's no guarantees. Furthermore, this league is competitive, really competitive. And there are a lot of teams that are going to play the Indiana Fever tough, regardless of what their record says. So
I don't think they're being played no more tougher than anybody else. Everybody, and I know you're not saying this, but I want to say it to the people that are.
Okay.
You guys are thinking. Some of you guys are thinking that that the Fever are the team to beat. They aren't. They are not the team to beat, you guys. They do not have a bunch of champions on their team. MDT, you just said it. They don't. When I look at their roster, I do not see, honestly, sorry, a championship contender as much as I can look at Aces, Atlanta. I might even throw in. I would have thrown in New York, but they're not playing to that level. I would throw in. I want to throw in the Valks. I want to throw in. Hell, I like Portland. I think that I would have said Phoenix, but I'm not very. That's just my slight. I'm not real fond of Phoenix. Okay, but you guys, there aren't many teams right now. Oh, Dallas. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm starting to see that. I am starting to see that with Dallas. I do not see them as a team to beat because of Caitlin. If I look at the Aces can be beaten, but guess what? What makes me leery of saying that is if the game is close, and if the game is close, an important game is close, and you got Asia Wilson or you got Caitlin Clark on the team, who do you think out of those two will get that clutch bucket?
Yeah, somebody's got a bit of a track record, and the other person just showed up, and missed a bunch of games. So that's an easy answer.
I don't even care if she missed a bunch of games. You can take me back to her first year when you guys said she quote unquote had a phenomenal year. You can go back to the first year that Caitlin came in. I'll give you the best game of her career. She's not that clutch as Asia is. Okay, she's just not. She did not come in like the stat wise. They showed her stat compared to Candace's, and I think she had some. I can't remember if it was her or Angel. their stats were better based on that era. But as far as like skill set, there wasn't a lot that you needed to correct with Candace Parker and about her game. That was not her issue. There was not a lot to correct about her. She took the punishment. She took the beating. She never said anything. She had to damn near fight for her life against Detroit that day. So that was when she just had enough, because the girl had her arm all tangled up and she has a bad shoulder. Her shoulder pops out. Both they popped out. So that was out of reflexes that she needed to defend herself against Lynette Pearson. Her and Lynette go way back since AAU. So that was.
Can we ask Rick Crane what moves that he thinks that they need to be made?
Right here. No way is Indiana a championship contender not without one or two moves. I don't think they're a championship contending team at the moment. Like MDT, that's your team.
Yeah,
Who do you
trade deadline is in 10 days, 12 days. I mean, what can
they
you do?
need to replace you need to replace that I told you last night. Natasha Howard hurt them leaving.
You guys were
It went from Nalissa to Natasha. You need somebody in there to play off of AB. Your front court is. I love Timpson. Don't get me wrong.
She leaves to go to Minnesota, and I wondered, was it a pay issue? Was it an incompatibility issue?
I think the fans chased her away.
And I don't. She was instrumental the second half of that season after Clark got hurt. You're running her up. That one. Maybe Loose Balls got some knowledge for us on that. I don't know.
CP only does have one championship, because there were times where they were very, very close to winning, and one of the things I think hurt Candace Parker is the amount of coaches that she had went through. And that's why I don't want to see, if you want to see CC do well, stop switching out the coaching like that. I don't know any team that has switched out coaching 2 to 3 to 4 times and ends up winning. And if you know one, tell me in the league, WNBA. I don't know one that did it over and over and finally won. Maybe once. I remember Sabrina came into New York as, the number 1 draft, and it took her until Sandy Brondello came, and then she finally won. You take Lisa Leslie. It took a few coaches for her to really win, but on average, you're not going through in a short amount of time a bunch of coaches, and then you win.
There you go. Somebody says, I want CC to quit and go enjoy a life and play golf.
Yeah, Tim Duncan. I think, Donnie, I agree with that. CC needs to go to another team. Whoa, that's close. I don't care if CC wins a chip. I just don't want to play basketball. But a smile. I want CC to quit and go to play golf. What all-star point guard you ever seen come out every game with 6 minutes left? Every game, that's coaching. I don't know. I'm going to have to pay attention to that. Is this true? What Donnie's saying?
Well, I went back and watched the first quarter of that last Golden State game, and she came out with, I think, 3 or 4 minutes left in the first, and this one was obviously much earlier. But
what's wrong with that's what you normally do? You come out to rest and you bring somebody in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
We talked about this. There's some folks, and I'm not saying this person is saying that, but they want her to play all 40 minutes.
And if you remember, they went off to an 8-2 run against Fire. They were at lead, and then they went into a 13-2 run. It wasn't the last few minutes, and then you're saying that she came out again in the last 2 or 3 minutes. But I believe at the end of the first, the Fire were ahead. Melvin, y'all still crying over Indiana? Well, quit blaming the coach. CC is being figured out. This is what I'm saying. She flops like a flip-flop, whines like Luka, and has poor defense. So teams now know to go at her. And I agree with Melvin.
Yeah, I don't think we're whining. But
you get frustrated. When they get her frustrated, she doesn't have a poker face. And I know that I got her where I want her, I'm gonna keep pressing that button.
Right. She
And if
needs
she's
to
the
make
engine,
adjustments. For
yeah,
sure.
and if she's the engine, we're trying to tell her you gotta have a poker face. Don't ever let nobody know what you're thinking. Look it, we're watching. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button for me, besties. I'm watching the Vows and the Aces now. No drama, no ref issues. So far, clean game. That's what we're looking for. And we don't get that when we watch the Fever. Every time she shoots, she said, every time she's saying somebody is fouling her. I've never seen anybody say, and even if you are getting touched or hand is ball, it's like, how many times? Okay, and what do you want to do? You think that's really changing the trajectory of your show? You know how many times you've been hit and I still can score? It's like, let it, like, stop.
This is good right here. This is really good.
Let them fire Stephanie White so the Dream can pick her up, because Angel and them would appreciate her coaching philosophy and defensive development. Plus, she can help Semesco with the game plan and running plays. I like Semesco. He's doing fine. If you tell me the locker room is not divided, I would say lie. I don't see.
I'll tell you what. I've been.
Wait a minute. Hot take. Sophie is not taking up for Cece anymore. I don't think I see that either.
I've been on a live stream with some AR folks, and they're after Atlanta win, they're critiquing the game as if they lost. It was the most surreal thing I'd ever seen up until that point. I didn't know such a thing existed, but they were going at Semesco the same way that the Fever crowd goes after Stephanie White. And that was after a win.
Is this year?
Yeah.
There you go, Jacob. I don't see it anymore. Gray just flopped. I just saw she acted like somebody ran her over with a Mack truck. Chelsea Gray. They're up by 7. Come on up, Jacob.
Yes, Jacob, come on up. Please.
Hold on. While he comes up, I need to run to the dryer real quick.
Okay. Did she just fall down, or she get hit pretty hard? Was that on Burton? (48-41). Oh, there it is. Okay. Here she comes. Okay, kind of got her. What's that? I don't know how some of you guys can just decipher what looks like a charge or a foul or not, and what's acting and what isn't. Yeah, it looks like she just got knocked out. But I don't know if you really got her that hard or not. Yeah, Jaro, that's right. Yeah, that Valkyries crowd is something else. I think even Stephanie White was talking about that. It's a lot of energy there, and those fans are not going to give opposing teams a break. They're going to pack that place. They lead the league in attendance. They pack that place to 18,000 per game. Very impressive. And the call stands. Anybody catch that Monique Billings fake shot to the face where she kind of made it look like she got her nose? And I think some folks were suggesting that perhaps she didn't come back at the rest of the game after that, got benched. I don't know if that's true or not, but don't really recall. But that was a nice acting job too.
What happened to Jacob? I thought he was coming.
He said he didn't get the link.
He said what?
He said he didn't see the link.
You can just scroll through and you'll see. Oh shoot, here it is. I didn't put the new one up, but
I can tell you that watching the game between, yeah, that's right. We discussed that. Yeah, that Valkyries crowd, 18,000 in there. That's serious people.
Let me tell you, I've been in it, and they played the Aces last year. We don't play in the Bay Area. That's my hometown. We don't play.
I agree. I mean, you lost the Raiders, you lost your A's. You know, you want to come out, and if they're
I've been
playing like that, I come out too.
I've been I mean, we got the Giants now, bro, and 49ers now. Come on now. We're always in the playoffs.
Yeah, but if you're Oakland, you know, where they originally played, you know, that was a bad deal for those folks who supported those teams.
It was.
Let's see here. When you are at odds with the coach, you can't help but look dejected. Magic had that. Jordan had that. Many had been as upset, but they were internal issues. Yeah, that speaks to professionalism. And I'd like to see Clark behave herself a little better that way and kind of understand the moment and understanding that everybody's watching.
I know it's a lot of pressure. With this. I don't think the Fever is everyone's Super Bowl. I don't know why you're saying that. I don't see anything being done differently playing them that makes them that. I think the parity in the game and the competition in the game is so fine line. There's no one dominating anyone up. For somehow Atlanta has one of the best records. But you guys, I don't rush to go see the Fever game on TV. There's nothing exciting about them.
Maybe a comment like that is speaking to the idea that for those people who don't like the Fever,
I know you were going to say that.
You want to see them get beat.
You think that damn, Alyssa, you hurt
some
her.
Folks, not everybody, because you
guys think that Kaylin means so much to the black women.
No, that's
LGBTQ.
not
a lot of people do.
To me, it's a perception of it. A perception of it, not that it's reality.
Okay,
so make that clear.
You, because you're more reasonable. But there are people who have said it. Jason Whitlock, for instance.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people I can go on. Ben Daniels. I could say, you want me to continue? That's just main. That's just.
But you got to remember where that's coming from, though, too, because
But the people in their chat, which comes up to 1,000 more than mine, are saying, yeah.
Yes, but you know this game here, Juju. I mean, it's if you're trying to be objective and reasonable. In this space, it doesn't work quite as well as if you're willing to have a hot take and just make generalizations about people and say things that we're the victims and everybody hates us because they're XYZ and we're gonna assign attributes to people based on who they are. Yeah. Can you put up that last comment that somebody was saying to us? Here we go. To me, I think.
This?
No, it was one. It had my handle in it. It said MDT.
There you go.
MDT, the most extreme portions of the CC. Yeah, that's keeping it a buck. That's exactly what it is right there, because they know there is a financial gain at the end of the tunnel to be extreme that way. So when folks like Juju's up here and trying to talk basketball, talk strategy, talk reasonably, and speaking on experience, it gets drowned out because those other channels are willing to go that far. And you see this in politics. It's become almost to some degree like professional wrestling. And I don't want to insult anybody by saying that. I'm just talking about in terms of the rhetoric and how people communicate with one another. Not that the WNBA and the competition that we see is wrestling, because it's not. It's real. That stuff is choreographed, but the rhetoric and the way people talk about it on YouTube and other social media platforms, it's kind of morphed itself into that.
I mean, Sports has said it. I'd be wanting to just talk ball and enjoy the game, but some content creators need narratives.
Yeah, without the narratives, they don't get paid, for sure.
After her rookie year, that was a crap show. Wait. After her rookie year, that was a crap show. After she got hurt, I actually started watching it more because it was fascinating to see the coaching and the 10 days in contracts and so forth coming in, and how she would bringing in players that have never played on that team with each other, play a great band of basketball that has to be credited to the coaching.
Loose
I don't
ball.
understand why anybody saw that. That was a loose ball fall.
Loose ball. Are you talking about in terms of what was going on with the Fever during like the injury stuff and the lack of transparency? Or are you talking about what occurred in terms of the rest of the league and what was going on after that? Is that Jacob?
Yeah, that's me.
What do you got?
What's up, Jake?
What's up? Sorry, I overslept and Kyrie texted me to get on, so I got on.
Great.
You have anything you want to? Well, then you don't really know. You missed your boy. HD was here.
HD and
He was
Reese.
he was in the chat, or he was on the.
He was here. It got a little spicy.
I had a guest. I had a guest. You have to go back. I had a guest, Reese Philly. I've seen him in my chat before, and he's a staunch fan of Clark and will defend her. And I mean, he says things that we do know about Clark, but he doesn't agree with some of the takes of the criticism. And those two, they went for it.
Yeah, it got really kind of like what happens over on Bro Claw at times.
I mean, it's hard when Reese just really loves watching, appreciates, Clark's game, and for what? Damn, nice block, Asia. And for those of you who might think that I'm fully on Asia, I get mad when she does seem like she has whistles, because what I don't like is like she doesn't need it. And now this favoritism whistle just started occurring last year. She would get the crap beat out of her, scars on her face, and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, she got concussed last year. She
wasn't getting any calls 2 years ago, and then she started getting the calls because she spoke up about it. And then the call started being reasonably coming her way. Right now, Angel's suffering the same way. She's not being treated as an all-star.
Jesus Christ, Asia.
Damn, Asia. She is going nuts right now. Because they went crazy.
Asia's playing this good, and the Valks are only down 8. That's doable.
But she's the only one, though, that is playing. That's what I mean. Like, Asia could be the only one. I'm looking at you guys, what you guys are saying in the chat, and I'm putting it up. But Asia, what I love about Asia, though, even when they're playing crappy, she usually playing well. And if she starts playing, if they start containing Asia, then the game is over. But one thing about her, that I would love to see, if CC want to be the face of the league, then you got to come up every night, no matter. We got to be able to look at the Fever and go, damn, everybody played crappy but CC. It's not happening like that right now. It's the other way around. She's not holding her own. I disagree. Asia Wilson has no loose ball. That's what I'm saying. She has the golden whistle. I said, listen to what I'm saying. Before she complained, especially when I started watching her, really paying attention to 2 or 3 years ago, she did not have the whistle. Up until almost a year ago, she started getting that whistle, and it's annoying me because she doesn't need it.
Because she's so good.
It takes away from her greatness. I seen something happen where I think AZ Fudd recently the other day was like 5 feet from her, and they blew the whistle, and I was like, wait, I had to rewind it. I was like, where was AZ ever near her? I don't even know what happened. It'll be stuff like that going on. I'm like, they'll rewind it or I'll rewind it. I'm like, nobody touched her. Did I miss something? I remember I seen Cece's hair hit her in the face, and she thought somebody hit her in the face, and the commentator did too. Her ponytail.
Oh, Jew, I'm rewatching it. I'm rewatching your stream. I know who the dude is. I know who he is.
I remember seeing, I think, him in my chat. I remember, or somewhere I've seen that name before.
I've seen him before.
Yeah.
And he's funny. Yeah, he was funny. But I was trying to really hear him out. I was really trying, I don't want to. Okay. I'll be right back. Take over, guys. I gotta go handle some business.
We got you. We got you.
Okay.
What's good, MDT? How you been? How you doing, dude?
Just hanging out, just trying to listen, kind of learn some stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to see what people are saying and paying attention to the chat. But how about you? You said you just woke up. Did you watch any ball last night, or
No,
check?
I did. I usually stay up late since I graduated college. I don't have to worry about stuff anymore, like school wise, job wise, yes, but not school wise. And I was watching because they put Cartoon Network on late, so I was just saying, oh, let me go through this again. I haven't watched any shows on that channel in years, so let me go back and watch a few stuff.
What'd you get a degree in?
Child development.
Congratulations. So what comes next?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. My mom asked the same question. I said, we'll see. Oh shit, Jackie Young is hitting. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, because she's been quiet last couple games, so she needs to step that up.
Oh shit.
What if they have the antidote for Golden State? You know, I've been giving Ooh.
I mean, it's only the third quarter. MD. Well, I'm trying to get your MDT. It's only the third quarter. It's not. They can still. There's still possible chance they can come back.
You like to talk sports head? Thank you. And everybody, hey, chat, are y'all enjoying the conversation today? I must admit, whatever we're doing up here, MDT, is working. I want to thank you all for newly subscribing, whether you agree or not.
Well,
this time has brought me, hold on. I had 707 when I came back, and I had just got like 14 the other day. So this just today, after what we've talked about, I got 14 more people. I'm at 721. Crazy.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, I wouldn't call what we're doing, you and I, being antagonistic towards one another. It's not even really a debate at times because we're aligned on a lot of things. But that to me is because it's level-headed here. You try to keep it that way. And when it gets out of hand, that's not something I see you really want to go with. There's a lot of channels that are willing to go that far, and I think it's good. You can have a spirited debate, but it doesn't have to get personal. You don't have to insult people's intelligence. And then I know you appreciate when somebody comes up here and they're willing to talk and they've got if they're making a substantive argument, they've got evidence behind it to talk about it instead of just saying generalizations about something, or like if I were to tell you, okay, Clark gets hurt tomorrow. Oh, nobody's watching basketball for the rest of the year. That wouldn't obviously be true, right?
No,
but there are people who actually believe that to that end. You know, the Whitlocks of the world and some other folks that think it's just going to fall apart that way, and it just won't. That won't happen that way that soon.
Oh, Sports said Sports said you from New York, and in college I'm unaffiliated. I adopted Ole Miss last year and will rock with them. Tell me why you what made you adopt Ole Miss last year? And then earlier it was Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers. I remember Vivian Stringer days. Yes. I'm curious to see the new coach, assistant coach from LSU, and the players that. Sometimes when you go out and you put together players, you guys like the Portland Fire has done, or Natalie Nakase has done, people that are underappreciated but got game, and then you put them together, they actually come together with a chip on their shoulder and they play good ball. But yes, MDT, I agree with you. That's what I hope to try to do. I've always wanted, when I've seen it, people on other content creators, or I read their comments, and I always wanted to talk to a person who was just flat out like tribal, where it's like you just don't, for you to say no one is going to watch.
Oh, that's a tough shot. Good shot, Salon.
Hold up, bro. Saw that. But that nobody's going to watch the game if she doesn't play. That this is not a sitcom. This is not a television show that if that favorite character leaves, no one's going to watch. It's been around too long. Link's probably my fave right now. My Notre Dame girl cooking. Olivia Miles. I watched Ole Miss because of. I know it's because of Cody. I know it was because of Cody. I love the Misfits. You love the Misfits. You became fond of the coach. Coach Yo, yeah. Becky Hammond must be on Ozempic. She's losing a lot of weight. Even better without CC. Melvin ain't playing. Melvin Harris be like saying the obvious. But I'm gonna wait and see if the verdict is out.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can.
They did play better without her last year. I'm not gonna lie, but I can't tell right now. They don't look good in general to me at the moment. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not. I mean, you know what I mean? They're like middle of the pack, if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, I mean they're still in the conversation, but if it continues,
come on, law foul. Is that me here? Is that me here? Go ahead, me here.
There you go. That's good.
Even the people claiming they won't watch will still watch. Yep. Christopher Parson. Christopher, I haven't seen you today. Hit my subscribe button. Come on, y'all. I don't want to be the one to constantly say that. MDT, Jacob, you guys got to chat. Keep letting the people know when they come in because I may catch some that I don't.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between the chat and the game, watching the game live. So my apologies. They definitely did. Oh yeah, that argument last night. Ooh, I know people were mad about that Stephanie White argument. I know people were mad about that.
I do ball for real. I do see Kiki Rice balling. I do. I never had a problem with Kiki Rice being a horrible player. I think Jacob and
I don't.
I didn't feel like she was that. That she was bad at all like that. I didn't know how she was going to do it. But when she got that procedure on her shoulder, come on, let's see, there you go. Go to the inside. Girl, you should have made that.
I don't want to hear no excuses. They missed so many layups.
I was just getting ready to praise you how you got outsmarted Asa just now. That's how you got to grow.
You know what happened is that they spent too much time celebrating that win over Indiana. That just
man.
Yeah, it does. If you're talking about Cece, it does seem like people want to completely absolve her of any blame. There's no way you can do that. There's no way you can. If she's gonna get all the credit, then she has to accept the blame. Girl, come on now, go to the other side of the rim. The other side. There, she couldn't even get it. God damn! And I think whether you guys want to believe it or not, Asia is putting a body on her, and that's not fair. That weight is weighting her down, but she should have faded and hit that glass. White was the one having a tantrum. JR, she did. But right before JR, she raised her voice after Cece got up. She wasn't. No, she wasn't. It was Cece being demonstrative. Whatever it was, whatever she was saying back to her coach, to me, you should have been listening. I already have people
in here that have blocked me.
Why can't they play with the same intensity that they played the Fever?
Loose ball, who's blocked you? Are you talking about content creators or other channels?
The Aces are just beating them. They are playing with the same intensity. The Aces are just playing better. It's not because of CC. CC isn't doing anything that as of late.
Didn't the Aces just got beat by the Sparks the other night? Isn't that right, Juju?
They did.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you, loose ball.
Oh, I got you now. Okay, come on. Nice. Look at Breonna Turner even got. Is that Breonna Turner? Wait
a minute. That 12th person on the bench, Breonna Turner? That who that is?
Oh, yep. She went over there and started playing well. But you know, her and Jackie played on a championship team together. You do know that from college, right? Familiarity breeds some good stuff here. So she's comfortable.
That third quarter set the tone. They weren't down by much. Now they're down by 18.
Yeah, I've been loving how Cam Brink been playing.
Yeah.
I think Jacob, if that's somebody you be laughing at me cheering, I'll be cheering on Cam Brink.
Hey, you know what? She's been hooping. I can't do nothing.
Hey, that's all I wanted to hear
Oh
you
yeah.
say. Finally, she
What's
has.
what's the name of your coach that called her out publicly?
Lynn
Kinda,
Roberts.
and yeah, and
Lynn
then all of a
Roberts.
sudden she's blocking shots.
I'm all for the calling
Playing.
out. I'm all for the calling out. I love it. Like, let them know. I like it.
I saw her in a game, and I didn't know this before, but she moves pretty well for a big like that. Gets up and down pretty well.
She's getting better. She's getting so much. She's got thicker muscle. She looks not so skinny and wiry, and she looks solid after the injury. She looks good. She's actually playing basketball and doesn't look all wiry like Gumby.
Yeah.
But for real, she got potential, just never really reached it.
She got hurt
Cam
that first
needs to
year.
get a Batman mask. She got it. She's wearing the Batman mask because remember her nose got hit.
Yeah.
What?
She
What
did.
other day, ball for real? She had 2 points. What are you talking about? Before she started playing well? Because that might
No, last game.
last game she had 2. What did she do good? Did she do something else? She got blocks or something? What else did she do? Because I don't look for her.
Some of these games I don't have access to, so I can't fully see it.
I'm surprised she said 2 because I seen her score make 2 threes.
Oh, is that the one against Connecticut where she only had 2 points?
Yeah.
Always? Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that game. That was yesterday.
I'm looking at that.
That's the game that Connecticut won. But Connecticut won because of Lacan. Ninth pick, Lacan. Pick.
Lacan. Really good. Yep. Let's see.
And yeah, she was in the top 10 in that draft, by the way, guys.
She was. Oh, yeah. 18 minutes, 2 points.
So she
4 rebounds.
So I'll give it to her. So she dropped. She didn't play.
Yeah. For that game. Had been doing okay before that.
I do too. She's been coming along real strong. You guys gotta remember travel. Sometimes the Sparks and I think the Fever have had back-to-backs that I've noticed. Sparks did really well with their back-to-back.
Oh, there you go.
Won. So like you gotta keep all of that in mind. That's a lot.
Hey, there you go. To your point right there, Juju. This one right here. You've been saying this.
What's that? What I'm reading right here, Sports?
Yeah, the wildest part of CCAR debate is that they didn't go 1-2 in the draft. Picks 2 through 6 kind of went under the radar. Typically, 1 and 2 picks are given draft are linked throughout their careers. Yeah. Cardozo, she doesn't come up in these conversations. Rakia Jackson, who was 5th?
Jason
I think
Sheldon.
it was Peely.
Sheldon.
Right.
Sheldon.
And
I don't know who was 6th.
Edwards, Leah Edwards, and she's not playing that great, but it's more like you hear CC Angel. Rakia's name gets brought up a little bit, and the other picks that you're talking about in between that right there aren't doing as great. Now Cam is, and then below, then you go down. Rakia's hurt, yeah, but I mean even before she was hurt, and then Sheldon, she's playing better where she's at now, but Sheldon didn't live up to that pick that she's, where she laid at.
I'm getting called out on the comments. Ball for real. I still don't think she's the number 1 pick. She's hooping, but I still don't think she's the number 1 pick. Get off my nuts.
Oh, here you go. With all the drama that's going on with the Fever, could you go back to that one? Oh, wait, I got it here. With all the drama that's going on with the Fever right now, do you guys believe Caitlin Clark is going to stay with the Fever, or is she going to sign with another team? I don't know how that would work because they got her rights through next season unless she signs an Epic. So would her only play be to try to sit out and force something? I don't know if she's got it in her to force something like that. And furthermore,
go ahead.
If she's just not going to do that, I don't see White going anywhere either. So inevitably, they may just have to work it out.
Okay. Yes, they are going to have to work it out. For one reason is, where the hell is Clark going to go? The other teams don't need her style of brand of basketball. None of those other teams, name them, go down the list. Whose spot is she? They don't need her in the top 10 teams that I see. Who? And I just told you who's coming out of college. No, the Temple do not need a Caitlin Clark. Kiki Rice is fine. Marina Mayberry and what's her name, Slim, are trying to figure this thing out. And Kiki is the stabilizer. You throw Clark in there, it's like throwing a freaking firecracker into the fire between Slim and Marina Mayberry. You see Kiki, you see Cece leading these two wing guards here. Okay, he said, what about an expansion team? Maybe
maybe
she
Cleveland
does need her own team. Maybe she needs her own team.
maybe it's Cleveland. Right. Cleveland in 20 will play out your year, and one
Sandy,
of them start.
Sandy would not know what to do with her. I couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
I rebuked that girl on my team right now. I like Marina Mayberry. She used to get on my damn nerves. She used to be the biggest crash out, but
still is.
He said, Jared said, thanks, Juju. I'm just saying, no. Stop throwing that. Don't throw that. That girl cannot go on any of these established teams, from Atlanta to Phoenix. No. To the Valks. No way. To the Aces. No way. To the Sparks. No way. To who? Connecticut is going to be the Comets. CC is not a Comet. Let's go.
Hell no.
Seattle, no. Seattle, no. I'm only saying that not just because of her attitude, it's also because her play style needs to be with not Portland. They're doing fine. So you're right. Maybe one of the newer expansion
Cleveland,
teams,
Detroit, Philadelphia.
Okay, go for it then. I'll go for it. Yeah. Build a team around her on one of those expansion teams. CC and Flajay.
Ozzy looked more like a spot-up shooter first couple games. Yeah, she's been coming on lately. AZ's been coming on lately.
AZ?
Yeah, been coming on lately. That's a good team there. They kind of had an up and down a little bit, and
she can get a bucket now. She can get a bucket.
Send her to Phoenix. No, because Phoenix has. Hold on, Phoenix. Okay, you already have AT that's like a point forward, right? So where does she fit? And then you got Ka on the wing, and I think they got they have a international player that I like over there. So I don't know. I mean, then her and Bonner don't get along, and I don't know how much longer Bonner's.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I
know where she's going. Project B.
Bruh.
She said, bruh.
Project B.
So ball for real. Let's say AT and DB are finished. Do you want to send her to Phoenix? You think Kaylin fits the establishment or organization of Phoenix? You think she's would be good there?
Yeah, I think something could work. I mean, I think it would have to be built specifically like you're talking about, or some adjustments have to be made as far as her game
because
to
you
make
can't
it work.
send her to New York. That's Sabrina Ionescu kind of.
Yeah. Any place that already has a point guard or has things in place, that might be tough. But
play alongside
Cleveland or Project B.
I'm gonna do or Philly. Can you see her in Philly though?
If you don't play well, remember Big Dog, right? If you don't play well, fans like how he operates will criticize you to no end, and they'll run you out of town.
Yeah. What about New York? What
is Ionescu leaving, or
do you think they run it? Do you think they run in transition enough to play with her? I'm just saying. I'm trying to benefit CC. I'm trying to put her somewhere where she's not outrunning the team. Okay,
if she gets some of these up and comer coaches might be able to put something together that aren't completely set with what they want to do. Maybe I mean, like this kid from Portland, he's like 20, 30 years old or something. Looks like baby faced. Get someone like that, perhaps.
Donnie said that CC can play with any of these teams. Did you not see her in the All-Star game? He's talking about the first. Well, which All-Star game? Oh, her first All-Star game. I don't think. I mean, it's not. I don't know. You know, it's about her. Can she play with them? It's like they already have an established. Of those top teams that I'm named, they already have a Jordan Kennedy. They already have a Chelsea Gray. You already have a Kelsey Plum. You already have, let's say, the Mystics, right? The Mystics do need a point, right? We do have a George Amer, but I also like the international player Floric. And I also know that they got the number one picks. And I'm telling you, the guards that are coming out of college that may or may not be point guards, I'm trying to find somewhere where Cece can, her style of play can get off. That I think that, I don't know. I think Indiana is the place for her. I don't know. But I don't know
still in the Midwest.
Okay, I see you with that point.
Detroit. That'd be another 2 years though.
Okay, Detroit. That's another 2 years. Okay. But you just said we have to wait after one more year.
Yeah. But, then again, you might be able to work a trade.
Why can't we just go one more year and them two work it out?
That would be the best case scenario, perhaps.
I mean, sometimes it could be ugly for a minute, and then you have the best relationship you ever have because you're getting real. Mo Billings has to get going.
That's true.
She does.
But are we counting on her to get going, though? That's the thing. Are we counting on her to get going?
I hope so. Somebody needs to.
She's never been that type of player, though.
Yeah, she's come off the bench, but she's had moments. But I think you were hoping that she could produce somewhat to Howard.
Because she's 6'4". I just learned that today when I looked her up. I didn't know that. I looked her up. She's 6'4". She produces rebounding. She's been on winning teams. It's like she's got to start producing. Would they be a winning team? Not sure, but it's the best chance to give those fans what they want statistically. I agree. I think they're worried about her ankle. Oh, okay. Connor apparently is leaving Butler and is waiting to find something else. Her fiance. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought that was announced in April, way back a little bit ago. Haley Van Lith. Somebody mentioned earlier.
Y'all already got a bunch of midgets.
But she could shoot a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing about it, MDT, is that the fact if she can't shoot, what the hell can she do?
Yeah, you're right. I don't have an argument against that. That's true.
Hey, where's my guy Kyrie at? You're the one that woke my ass up. You're the one that told me to get on the panel.
Kyrie who?
Irving?
Kyrie Darnell.
No, I haven't seen Kyrie. He must have been talking about something else. Somebody else.
No, he joined the chat a little bit ago.
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Kyrie, come to the front.
I didn't see Kyrie. He must be cheating on me. He over there.
Ball Chill, do not do this bullshit with me today.
He's cheating on me.
Hey, FDT, no, I can come into a comedian, turn into a comedian real quick, but I don't want to do that today.
Yeah, that's true. The day that you were on that other live where you're getting chewed out just for asking questions, or when they wanted your opinion, you're like, "What are we talking about?" That was great.
Hey, Kyrie is right here, Auntie. You put his comment on the screen. He's right here. Come to the front, Kyrie. Come to the front.
Well, I gotta say, the Vegas actually is doing some good stuff. I don't know what's going on with my bouts. No, we're not sending there to Portland. Portland is fine. Don't be disrupting. Portland is better than Fever.
Why do you want CC on Portland?
Junior doesn't want CC on the West Coast. She wants to keep her east of the Mississippi.
I'm just saying Portland is fine. Carla, I'll take Carla. Let
Late.
Carla. I'll take her over TC any day.
Man,
I did not forget about you. I didn't even see you say, "Hey, what's up, Auntie?" I did not.
Man.
Oh yeah, that's the reason, Ball and Chill. You're exactly right. It's because Jackie woke up. That's the only way you go out there winning right now, because Jackie has been hurting them. And see how I can be honest about that? Damn, Gabby. See, this is the Gabby. You're tired. Gabby, good pick. Good pick.
Too much partying.
Good job.
The thing about Gabby
We're celebrating.
The thing about Gabby is that I don't know what the hell she be doing on one night and on another night she plays like a god. I'm confused.
I think she'd be tired.
Yeah.
Man, she's an inconsistent role player for me. Come on, Gabby.
She's tired. And she be taking a beating. Have you watched her? She's been taking a beating.
Oh, I love Gabby. You talking to the wrong person, Auntie Ju. I love Gabby.
Gabby you didn't see it today. You've been talking shots. She's been knocked on the floor a couple of times. It took her a long time to get up. They ain't messing with her. Damn. Monica.
They don't have it today. Golden State did not have it in the second half. They played better in the first half than they did in the second.
They don't look fresh, for sure.
They don't look fresh. Just to go Giuseppe.
Yeah. And Aces, man, they need a win.
I do.
Win here.
I do.
Kyrie,
listen, I need some money. It says it at the bottom right here. If you would like to donate to my channel, please feel free to send it to Cash App, $ Juju on the beat 100. That's it. I need that. Come on now. It costs me. I'm not even gonna tell you how much it costs to do the stream every month, but it's almost $50. I'll tell you that.
I've seen the numbers.
And then if you look at, woo, nice pass. See, this is experience. This is championship experience taking over. Yeah. That's all. But that's okay.
Hey, Ju, I'm laughing at your comment on the stream from earlier. The guy asked you, do you play ball? And you said, yes, I'm a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Yep. I heard her say that.
and then the chat said Julie's a Hall of Famer. I was like, he didn't say it very nicely, so I had to let him know, like, who am I? I can't Google him.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, wait, MDT. You know what's funny? She's a Hall of Famer in 2 sports, not just one. That makes
yeah.
It's not just one sport, too. That's the crazy part.
Juju was a good host during all that. That got a little spicy. I was just over here in the corner.
I think he respected that. He said, I haven't looked it up yet. I said, it doesn't take long. Julie Middleton Savatel. You can put it in the chat or you can put it in to Google. It's going to bring up something, and then you can go down the rabbit hole and ask the questions.
MDT, there's a reason. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Kyrie. $ Juju on the beat. And by the way, I created that Cash App before Juju became mainstream, before I even knew of Juju Watkins. See, Juju started when she started playing at Windward. I hadn't really known her, but when she got to Sierra, it was kind of like we were in COVID.
Yeah.
And I went up north to, I couldn't go. I was gonna go to the games, but then I had to leave to go care for my mom. Things started, her health started declining, and so I was like, dang, I can't go to these games. I'm in LA. I want to go to. I used to work and live in Chatsworth, so I'm like, I want to go to these games because I was like, Sierra Canyon, and it took me. So then when she came to the Bay Area, that's where you see the first picture of me, because I no longer live close to Stanford anymore. My mom worked at Stanford Medical Center. And I would have saw that 51 point. If I would have started off my first game, which is what it was supposed to be, and saw what Juju did for my first game at Stanford, I would be insufferable right now with you guys. I would have thought I had seen the second coming of Jesus. That's how much the crowd was like. Eventually, the crowd kind of started cheering for her, but they were ranked. Stanford was ranked number 4. We had never seen that before, so we were looking at. They were watching her, and I don't think that ever seen anything what was taking place. And the second, she had 3 fouls, and she sat down, and then she came out, and then it was a whole different. I don't know what she saw from the bench. Whatever she saw from the bench, she came back, and she dismantled the guards. So that's why I'm thinking. That's why I'm trying to say MDT when she comes back, because she sat a whole year. Oh, don't think her brain wasn't like processing everything that she was looking at. It's going to be, was he pulling that thing by his nose? Is he nuts?
Maybe.
Damn. Carter must be in the doghouse. Oh, I don't know. I don't like what happened with her on social media. I really don't. I'm really disappointed.
Yeah. I hope they can get that worked out with her for her sake. I want to see her do well.
He said, "Oh, Cash App, everybody's Juju on the beat." My little nephew and niece had introduced me to, and my godson introduced me to the song "Juju on the Beat," Juju on the Beat, and it just kept, I was like, let me use it. I just created it. I didn't know it was like a whole big shebang. Do you think it's retaliation for some of the nonsense that she said online? I think she just got. I think so. I think that she got tired of the UConn fans, because that's the people's princess to them, and it's just basketball, them two going back and forth, and that's how AZ saw it. But I think what the part I'm concerned about is she starting to feel like she should start? And that's the problem. I'm like, Jackie just went through some personal problems. The woman can play. Not saying she's better than Kennedy, but or not. But I was like, she's earned that spot. But she should have played while she was not playing well. Ooh, nice shot, Gabby. That injury, the Juju Pocket suffered, man, that was so intense. I mean, I was watching that game and I was like, I saw it coming. I saw it coming because of the way the other team has played, because the move that Juju was doing before she got hurt is the typical move that she does, except for that particular day. If you go back to my live, you're going to hear me, and Jacob was there. I was like, slow down. Like, she took off. I mean, off. And everybody thought, well, Kennedy was to the left. Well, the camera wasn't showing Kennedy to the left. And she was doing the typical thing that she normally does. And she had just passed. She just gave assists. She had just got to the free throw. She was dishing the ball. And then finally she wanted to just take off. And I think we wanted to take off, push the score up, and then sit her down, So when I was screaming at the screen is because I had seen Mississippi State play Cal, because we thought we were going to play Cal Berkeley, not them. They beat up Cal Berkeley so bad, I was like, oh, my God, I don't want to play this team.
What happened to Burton?
She hurt herself, but she all right. It's because the way you run, the way you run, I mean, you can tell some players because of the way they run their style run, and make it easy for them to suffer injury. Yeah, I agree. I think Becky cut Ken Carter mine by half, 10 minutes, about 10 minutes.
Yeah, she meant 10 minutes.
But I mean, they're ahead, so why? Maybe she's trying to gain Jackie's confidence and her stats back up, because she could put her in. Ooh, Melissa, you're so goofy. You couldn't even finish that. Damn, it's a nice pass. Pull that shit down and then lay that shit up. She gave you just enough on there. Becky's showing who's the teacher right now, you guys. She's showing that Allie, I'm the teacher. You're not gonna beat me every time we play. When you run, you have to run with discipline. Absolutely, I agree. And I mean, like I said, I don't think it was her fault. She did the same thing she always does. That injury is just a freaky injury. Nice pass again. Come on, girl. Listen, you're doing exactly what you did at the Fever. You're looking fat and slow. Why couldn't you finish that? Put that into set thing. There you go. Hey, cut it down. You're down by 14. This is a winnable game by 2.
Hey, Jude, the Valkyrie couldn't do this earlier?
No.
Now y'all want to do this? This game is over.
No, it's not over. Go.
It's a minute left, Jude.
Oh,
They're
here-
not going to come back in a minute
The
left.
good question here. What do you think the next week's power rankings will look like?
I don't agree with that, JR. The ACL today with medical technology, and depending on how you tore it, it's going to be better because I'm sure that Juju got the best medical treatment of all time. Like she, some people take it from the thigh, take it from they reconstruct it. I mean, she's gonna be fine. If you haven't seen her lately, you'll know what I'm talking about when you see her. I know this. I've been watching this kid's body develop since her freshman year. I see her parents, met her parents personally. The way that family is built, she's gonna be extra fine. I mean, probably better than she was. Nalissa needs one of those mops. She's always on the floor. Game over. Okay, game's over. Miss Jude, don't you want to have this blessing? You're not coming up in the results. Oh, $. Hold on. Let me see if it's a capital J. Damn. I do want to have a blessing day. I've been having such a great day. I've been getting
on Dubby. It's not the beat, Dubby.
Oh, shoot. Good catch. I'm saying it. Oh, thank you, bro. I've been saying it like that, but I didn't write it like that. See, that's why MDT, that's why I needed you, bro. Like, that's terrible. That is terrible. Why did I do that? Where is that ticker at?
It could easily happen.
Oh my gosh. And I wrote it right here on Dubby. Right here. It is up there like that. He is writing Dubby. See, that's you. What's my name on my? Let me look at my Cash App. Hold on. I know it's the beat on my Cash App. Because that's the way I wanted it to say. How do you find out what your name is on this thing? I'll tell you, you young folks. Let's see. Yeah, I can see the card. It says $. Oh, lowercase j. Tell me if you find it. Let me fix that, guys. I'm a little disappointed right now. I really am.
In who?
In the Valks. And I know people be like, why are you cheering for the Valks? But you gotta understand it's a Bay Area thing.
It's fleeting. I mean, you can have an off game. At least they made a game of it. I mean, you were consoling us last night, for obvious reasons. Stuff kind of works. They're still formidable. And
what's this? What is their record if they lose this game?
I think they're going to be 5-4.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still going to be in the conversation. Just Aces came in, needed a win. They needed to win today because
they did.
The Valks will be 5-3 after this game.
I am too, Kyrie. I'm disappointed in my Gabby because she had just won me over because everybody Gabby this, Gabby that. I'm like, what is the big deal about Gabby?
And then the Aces moved to 5-3 with a win.
There it is, guys. $ lowercase JUJUONDABEAT 100. Chicago said Chicago's not sold on the Valks.
And
they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, the argument there is they don't shoot so well. They're not too decent offensively, but they're great on defense, and they're first in the 3-pointers made. So they got to play a certain style of basketball. And if they get down by double digits or more, it's hard on them to come back. And you saw it in this game too. So, and I'm not sure. I think they lost to Chicago. And I don't know if that game was that way as well, but this one for sure. Don't know if they can come back when they've been down so much. They got to keep it close.
Okay. Oh yeah. See now. Oh, Bob, for real. I didn't even think you were gonna do that. That was. Uh, who is? I'm trying to scroll up to see it. You finally, you see, you finally found it. I can't see it. Bob, for real. $5 got on the Cash App in Canada, but we move. Thank you very much. That's me. And then why aren't the Valkyries playing like this earlier?
Good point. Well, we talked about this a bit yesterday. It's going to be competitive, game to game, and
Yes. Ooh, Chelsea.
Oh my God, Chelsea Gray.
Ooh, Chelsea Gray. Oh my goodness. Mm, mm, mm. And they feeling it too. Once the Aces get confidence, you can forget it. You can forget it.
yep.
They're gonna get you, and they're gonna get
By
you
the way,
good.
wasn't Nikase on Hammond's staff? Isn't that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
Another-
Tyler Marsh.
Another reason why Hammond want to kick her butt today.
Because she kept getting her. And I said, the teacher, the student can't be greater than the teacher.
This is a really good point right here. With the national players coming in at 19, the days of sub 6-foot guard is coming to an end. I think the international players coming in is going to be trouble for domestic players anyway, just because they're going to have more opportunities to come in and play and compete for roster spots. Some of these international players have been playing overseas for a couple of years already. They're coming in grown women with already a lot of experience.
Some of them.
Yeah. So if some of them are coming in as draft picks, you're right.
Malunga's still a baby.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. But I'm talking like
Alabama's more grown to me.
players like that young lady in Phoenix, Nogic, and Ostier, and they're coming in already playing. So
and they're a little older too.
Yep.
But let me loose ball. Let me address this. Juju gets a lot of twos for her to break the record, which means she has to play more was in the game. I agree, but here's the thing, loose ball, because I know you don't follow her that much, and I follow her daily, like anything that pops up. Her threes, she's shooting a lot more threes, and when I seen her three, she's barely lifting off the ground, throwing the threes in. So my guess is that because she has so much offense around her, the Juju that drives, gets the and ones, are not going to have to be as much, and she's going to knock down a lot of threes. Stick with me all the way to college game start, and let's watch this together, because that is my take. That is my hot take, my professional opinion. You're going to see Juju's her 3-point percentage go up from, she's 41.5 field goal, and she's 30 something, I think, in threes. She's going to be up there like in the 40% in her threes. That's my take. Okay. European players are like the Beatles when they come to they're taking over.
That's pretty good.
Like the Beatles. I remember the Beatles clear as day. I used to watch their cartoon in the 60s, guys.
Yeah.
The Valkyries did not play with intensity. I don't know. They look tired.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in Gabby too. Juju on the beat, 100. I'm not sold on the bounce. Okay, Chicago be straight with it with me. How in the world is this team supposed to quote unquote compete for a championship not playing real defense? They are the best. He just told you where they rank in defense. Like, aren't they number 3 in the league? Go ahead. Ask Kennedy. Ask Natalie if you can play the last 2 minutes for the team. Ken is talented from the bench. I'm big on Gabby realizing something. Gabby just didn't have that great of a game today. The problem I have with him is on the offensive end. Like, where the real offense at the bottom.
Right.
Did you see the last game? How they have Salome and how they can get hot from 3. Everyone from the Bucks has the green light to shoot three, regardless, as long as it's open shot. Their coach doesn't have a problem. I agree. Why weren't the Valkyrie playing like this earlier? I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know. I think they were so focused on trying to stop the Aces, it just became they couldn't. And the Aces got back. Aces, why don't you ask how come the Aces haven't been playing like this against everybody else? That's what I want to know. I'm starting to feel like Gabby never really found her brand of basketball, just a well-rounded player. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my thoughts with you and your team. So thank you for joining and being open just to have a conversation. See, this is the type of crap would not happen in the NBA. Talent prevails in the NBA. Allen Iverson was a handful, but he was alive on the floor. Players like Giuseppe on the temp, just I don't know what that name is. I don't know how to say it. We'll find spots for the expansion teams coming in, but I don't know if they'll take priority scouting wise over the state side. I agree. I don't know about them taking priority. Everybody's been complaining about it, but I don't. You're gonna have to play extremely well to take some of the guard spots. Maybe bigs, we could use you in forward spots and things, but or centers, but
there it is.
make it, shoot it. Damn, that was it.
That was an interesting shot.
If she would have made that, maybe they could have fouled and slowed the clock, but forget it. I'm sure.
I mean, that was a 2. That didn't make sense to me.
Was it a 2 or 3?
It was a 2.
I think that Veronica, I think that they showed their inexperience just now. I think the Aces look like the Aces, the championship team that they are in experience. And I love the blocks that I saw Kia trying to go hard at Asia, and that was great. Letitia, the blocks that they had on Asia, and they called a foul, which it wasn't. And I think you start taking the wind out of them. And then little Veronica, she got sped up. And also the girl that just took the shot, they got sped up. They shouldn't allow that. I hope Kennedy is going to be all right and don't get on thread saying nothing crazy. You guys, I really do. I hope that she realizes Teresa Witherspoon took her neck out for you to get this job. Don't do it, Mama. Because thank you, Kyrie. I just see it pop through. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Volunteer. Where's Volunteer? Send that to. I don't see it on here. Maybe it went to YouTube. If you send it to YouTube, they take a chunk of it. You never really see. This was great today, man. MDT, Jacob, you gotta go back and watch it. It was good until it. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't, but I think MD, they got off rail. It was if you like that kind of back and forth, then which I do sometimes, it got kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was asleep. I look at my Instagram messages and Kyrie texted me saying, "Jacob, get your ass in the chat. Get your ass on the panel."
Jacob be loving that drama.
Yeah, it was there. It was there.
I'll be right back. Give me a few seconds.
Nephew always say, I ain't got that much time, which means he gets to talk for 15 minutes and you can't interject. And it's like,
oh yeah. That's exactly what happened. So
didn't Carter hurt her hip early? Oh, maybe
so she was hurt.
Maybe. Okay, good. Because I don't want to hear her. Look at my boy. Look at E40. See, E40 is from Vallejo, where my dad and my brothers lived, and then Chelsea. She's originally from the Bay. She played in Stockton, and that's more up, northern than me. I'm on the peninsula or Silicon Valley side where I come from, and then she was in Stockton where there's no water over there, and then E40 is like over there in Vallejo, which is all heading north. So he reckoned, and then and Sabrina, she's from the Bay Area. She's from Walnut Creek. So I honestly was thinking that Sabrina was going to go to shout out to 40 Water. Yeah. I was thinking that she was gonna go be an asset to Portland Fire before I saw the team, and because they love her up in Oregon, but I'm like, you know what? No, I don't even want her up there. I don't even want her up there. I like what they got going on. She only got Asia Wilson had 2 fouls. That's it.
28 and 15. Oh my. Jackie Young, 23 and 7.
She woke up.
Sure did. Carter only had 9 minutes, 6 points, 1 rebound.
So you think that Kennedy got hurt?
I'm hoping that's a minor injury, minor, where it's just maybe a little tightness, but I hope it's nothing else more than that. But
I mean, I heard they say that she has a special whistle, but for me, I had been watching like last year and I started getting irritated with it. I didn't know that other people, I wasn't really paying attention because, like you said, I don't really listen to the comment, but I started reading it, but I was like getting mad. When I first started noticing it, I was like, come on now, Asian. Like, you can't go jumping into somebody right there like that. They probably called a foul, and Kayla Thornton was there the whole time. They better not call nothing if you're going to call anything. Oh, a bone bruise. Ooh, a bone bruise.
Where'd you see that, Jacob?
Loose ball said that.
Loose bone bruise. Okay.
Bone bruise. You saw that? Let me see what they're saying on this. I can't find. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, okay. So during the game, she must have landed on her behind, got a bone bruise.
Kyrie, I'm gonna go rewatch the stream. You just told me, but you just texted me about it. I'm gonna go rewatch it.
Don't be laughing. Put a comment in there, because I can see the comment if you put it on after you watch it.
I saw some of it.
Kyrie said, "Bet."
Hey, Drew, I made a promise to I think I was talking to Jay on another panel. You know Jay. He sometimes pop up in the chat. Mm-hmm. I was just talking to Jay, and I said, "All right, bet I'll pull up to a USC game this year. I already kept my promise. I got to pull up this year. I got to pull up."
We're gonna be thoroughly entertained because we're gonna be packed out every game. I think we'd be packed out from the very beginning, even in the non-conference game that I wonder who wants to play us. Actually, it'd be great. Even when Juju didn't play, unless it was UCLA or something like, or a team that was like we'd never really seen, like a Maryland or, no, we went to play Kiyomi away. We regularly had 3,000 to 3,500, then 7,000, and we might have got up to obviously like 9, 10 for UCLA, but this time, because from the moment she steps on boards at home, I'm sure we want to welcome her back. Like, I'm gonna go see her first game, and Aces, me and Jay that be in the chat, we're ready. We're waiting for the tickets to come out.
What's it called? Jew, Kyrie had the question for you.
Oh, Jay with the double Y came in yesterday for a quick second and said hello. But I talked to Jay offbeat in Discord or on the phone. Jay been grading papers. It was coming to the end of the school year. So I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up to Jay. I really do, because I'm like, Jay, you missed this one. Jay would probably be like, because I'll be showing Jay stuff about Caitlin and cracking up. Like, the reason I did that show because I was so outdone with her behavior and more, not as much her as much as the defense of her behavior bothered me to allow her to treat her coach like that, because she's a role model. She's an example. And when kids will emulate their idol, they will act like you and start behaving like you. And you'll start to see more brattyism going along in sports because of you. And I think that's, cute. And so I think I had to address that, especially with Brianna January, because I let it go a few times when she disrespected Brianna. But I told her, I was just basically saying, MD, that I felt like, stop chasing her around. It's making it worse. Stop chasing her around, pulling her over, grabbing her, trying to get her away from not getting the tech. They stopped doing it last year. They went back to it again. And I was like, no, let her go. Let her go make a fool of herself. If that's what she wants, if she want to get a tech, let her go. Yeah, I'm going to tell her what's good, Kyrie.
Yeah, but loose ball. Do you know who Iowa got, by the way?
Yeah, they got.
I don't think that person knows, though, because he said get Chit Chat some help.
I think that Iowa got some excellent help for Chit Chat. They got
to get
it.
Chit Chat some help. Yeah,
They got Danny Carnegie, and hey, they got who else did they get? Sheer role model. So was Attila the Hun. Outside of Brazil. No. They got Danny Carnegie and somebody else. Oh, who's the other person that they got? Oh, they're gonna get the girl from my area, from my Citrico section. She's a freshman.
I know who you're talking about.
McKenna Wolsnack. They got her.
Yeah.
Wolsnack.
Danny Carnegie.
And then Danny from Georgia that played at Georgia Tech as well, with Kara and Chit Chat before. So that's familiarity right there. And she's tough, big, and aggressive. I like that for them at the guard spot. And then they need a shooter. They got Strimlow still. They lost Addie Dill. And Hannah Stokey started. Hannah Stokey didn't even, Wolfsnack too. Yeah, I said that. She's a freshman. Seko, I think how you say her name. What's her name, guys? I want to tell you, somebody transferred over there besides Danny. Who else was it from the portal? Nobody that I'm worried about. I'm not worried about their team at all, but I'm just saying, just to kind of like speak them up a little bit. Like, here's something interesting you might want to know. I think Maryland might be interesting a little bit. I think Michigan, they got a I think an international player, as we've been speaking, a tall one, but I think she's a freshman.
Hold on. Since we're talking about transfer portal and stuff like that, hold on 1 second, Auntie Jew. I gotta crash out for a second.
Danny Carnegie, Amari Whiting from Oklahoma State, and
not bad.
9 points and almost 10-point game, almost 6-point rebound. That's really good. And 3 assists. That's good. And then Jocelyn Faison from Georgia, she just signed for the backcourt. And then Addie Dill and Tegan both transferred to Wisconsin. Oh, Ava Hayden is still there. Okay. All right. Hayden should be getting better. That's not a bad. That's RC's team right there. Yep. So you guys, okay. So this is the only game on today. So we get to take a break and let's see. Gosh, I'm disappointed. I love seeing upsets and shakeups. So,
What's up?
There'll be some more.
I'm probably being a traitor because it's like, do you like the Aces? I do, but I want to see other teams get better because I know the Aces are going to be fine at the end of the day. Ava's a junior. Yep, Ava's a junior.
And you see tomorrow, Seattle at Dallas, Minnesota at Phoenix tomorrow night.
Oh, those are two easy games for the Dallas and Minnesota. Those are going to be two easy games. Well, so let's move on.
Okay, so you obviously are saying you got Dallas winning.
Yes.
And then you say Minnesota is playing who again?
Phoenix.
At Phoenix.
Ooh, so you got.
I want to see Olivia Miles. I want to see if AZ and Paige are going to do something.
Yeah. Okay, but
fun to watch.
He just flat out said the Lynx will beat Phoenix. You don't think Lynx will fight their way back into anything?
I don't think so.
That's because Jacob's taking that graduation money and he's betting all of it on Minnesota and Dallas. So he's got to say these things.
Hey, Jew, since we were talking about the portal a little bit, they told me this girl was going to transfer. They told me that.
You were
and
getting
then you told me to stop crashing out in January.
You were getting cooked they were trying to cook him in other, because I wasn't up that much, but they were trying to cook him in other YouTubers, and I was like, Jacob, Kennedy, my kid dog is not going anywhere. Are you sure? I said, she's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, relax. And then doubt started creeping in on me. And then I was like, okay, get it together, get it together. Jacob was like, but I said that. And then, on TikTok, she's saying that. And I'm like, no, my kid dog ain't gonna do this to me. She's just not. And there she is. And so he showed me his shirt and he said, I'm ready. Can I go now? So I'm going to dedicate a whole thing to you.
Hey. To all those people on Threads and YouTube that they were saying that she was going to transfer, F y'all, because y'all were wrong. Auntie Jew told me to crash out in January, that she wasn't going to leave. You did tell me that after her video came out about her saying, "Oh, I'm not leaving, so I don't know why y'all even asking me." Hey, she's back.
She said, "Trojan for life, baby." What you talking about?
Hey, we got the goat back. Juju Watkins coming back, so that's gonna be another heartbreaker for everybody.
And I think people don't like people to be absolute, right, MD? You know how people, and I admire people that go, Caitlin Clark is certain things, right, that they'll be absolute about. Well, there's certain things about Juju that I'm just absolute about, and one of them was when she was going to go back to Stores and play Connecticut for our home and away thing. So the first game was going to be there. And they were like, are you sure she's going to win? I mean, they're going to Stores. And I'm like, they're going to win. Like, what are you worried about? Like, no, they're going to. And they were whooping them by 18, 20 points through the whole game until the end. When they start pooping out, running out of gas, they won by 2, which is fair because Connecticut was a good team. And so we won. And so then I was like, and she's going to be National Player of the Year. Oh, no, Paige. And then Paige started kind of being regular. And then it was then they start saying, well, Hannah. They're going, Hannah. And I was like, Hannah? Okay.
Hey, Drew, look at what Kyrie said.
And we know what happened. Who actually thought our future CC stopper was leaving the Trojans? Man, I don't want to say. I'm not saying.
Hey, Kennedy Smith is back. Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. She's going to be top 5 in National Defensive Player of the Year. Stop playing on her name. That was disrespectful that she got left off the list, that she decided to say, you know what? Let me come cook these girls real quick. Let me come here. Hey, I'm sorry, Jazzy. You a really good defender. You not better than Kennedy Smith on defense. You very good, though.
But you very good, though.
And people were telling me, like, oh, but Jazzy got better defensive stats. I said, that doesn't mean she a better defender.
Well, one of the stats, for instance, was the same as Kennedy's. And that's why I was like, you guys are funny. You're not really looking at, they can't put both names up there. It was like directly the same. Sometimes it was like their stocks were the same. Steals and blocks. So I was like, but Jazzy never really takes on a defender, the number one player on every team. That's what Kennedy was asked to do. And then you wanted her to, and then she ended up averaging a point more than she did the year before, which I was really happy for, because I was like, I had to do what she did. I was a two guard that would guard a point guard and pick people up 94 feet. And then you want me to have legs for shooting? It's like her usage. You wanted her usage here, and then you wanted her defense here. Juju's usage, Juju is Juju because she's a great help side defender, great, but she's not guarding the number one person all the time ever. Like she might hit a Kiki every now and then. She might have jumped on Paige sometime. She's gonna get matched with it here and there. But when your usage is way up here, and then you try to be the number one defender, I don't know anybody who can do that.
What's it called? They also, there's a reason why Lindsay got Kennedy Smith to help Juju on the defense, help Juju, because Kennedy said, okay, I don't need to be the leading scorer. I'm gonna go help you. Let me go help you on the defensive end. I'm gonna go do other stuff for you.
And Juju wanted her. Juju actually wanted to play with Kennedy. If I were her, I would have done it. I want Kennedy playing with me. I don't want her to go to South Carolina. I don't want her to go. Kennedy doesn't fit anywhere to me but USC.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, if she wanted to go to Ohio, maybe she can play with Jelani. That was a friend.
Ohio? What is in Ohio?
Cleveland.
Oh, hell no, FDT. We're not doing this bullshit today. We are not doing this today. Ohio is nothing but oh, no. Actually, shout out to my guy, Brass Tag, but nothing is in Ohio.
Well, they're getting an expansion team next year.
Hey, wait, FDT, where are you at?
In the Midwest.
You play something. Please tell me you're not in Ohio.
I'm not in Ohio.
Okay, because I was about to flame you for being in Ohio.
No, I'm not in Ohio. I was just being funny because I was just listening. I was just listening to the discussion about USC and college basketball. So when you said Ohio, that was my first thought. Hey, Cleveland,
the Ohio State University.
Yeah.
That's my uncle, my goddad, my uncle, and my cousin. Their alma mater is the Ohio State. He started at New York University, but he was involved in some sort of protest back in the day. And so they kicked him out, and then he went to Ohio State. And then my cousin graduated from Ohio State University as well. But I don't know much about that area. We're just from New York in Canada.
Oh, Juju's not going to no Phoenix Mercury. Please stop this bullshit.
No, right now they're saying she's a comment. Because they think she's coming out this year. They said she's coming.
Hey, Ju, you know what's funny? You know who they said? I was talking to Brath earlier, like a few days ago, and he said, "Oh, she's going to LA with she's going to LA. They're going to fire Len Roberts." I said, "Who do you think is a good candidate for Juju as the coach?" He said, "Teaspoon." I thought interesting choice.
That's interesting. I don't know. It's okay. I mean, I'm not. Well, I'll say this: if that were to happen, she needs to get a hell of a better assistant than the one she had.
You don't like Abani?
She needs better. She needs way more experience than her friends that she had. Crystal Robinson and Taj. What was that girl? Ty Young. No offense to them, but I need her to have like real more experience.
You don't like Abani Hoffman?
Oh, and Sidney Johnson was her assistant too. Huh? Who? Devani who?
Abani Hoffman. I'm talking about the Sparks.
Oh, Ebony. Yeah, my friend. Of course I do. I was talking about Teaspoon. If Teaspoon.
Oh no, because I'm talking about her going to L. Oh no, Ed, I forgot. They take away the assistant coaches once the head coaches fired.
If they didn't, of course, I'm gonna always say. I just saw Ebony and took a photo with her. That's my dog. Like I'm always gonna be Ebony stays. I love Ebony. That's the dog. That's my dog. She needs to. She needs to stay. She represents LA. Yeah. So yeah, she can stay, but I still want a male or some more experience over there with Teaspoon. Period. Like she's still young. Her decision making really wasn't fast enough on the spot. Like she didn't really have what needed to happen next. But with Juju, you don't need to, because certain players, you don't need to coach them all the way through like that. Like a lot of time, Godly was just letting her do her thing, and she's working around because it's a free flowing offense. That's why I like Portland. I wouldn't want Juju in Portland, but I could see her work well with Portland, believe it or not. I didn't see it at first, but I saw it last night. Mercury are taking donations right now.
Hey, Ju, you know what's funny? I was listening to CC's last video about what's her name? Shimmy Miller. I was cracking up at that whole video. She was like saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta say something to you, Shimmy. I'm sorry."
Cece was cooking. She was not holding back, and I was proud of her. Okay, I gotta go. I have someone out. I'm buying something that somebody brought by. Let me run, guys. But I thank you. Teaspoon got caught up in the media. That's true. I could see Juju in Toronto. Everybody kept saying that, but that's not a good market for her, Buffalo. She needs to be in a big market, but I wouldn't mind it personally. Okay.
Juju with Kiki though, that wouldn't be bad.
I know, but it's about market.
I get you.
She's not gonna leave if you go and put her in some crappy ass market. All right.
Okay.
MD, once again, Jacob, once again, I might come on later on tonight if y'all want to shop it up. Please join me.
I'm down.
Look at no, Ronald. Anyway, Ronald said to Chicago Sky.
Hell no. No.
All right. Peace, you guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take
care.
Around here, this is more than a game. It's family, it's culture, it's legacy. A community that understands the work, respects the grind, and honors the journey. From the hardwood to the highlight moments, to every player chasing greatness. This is where passion grows, where fans become family, where standards are protected, where women's basketball lives. Welcome to Everybody Loves Juju 12.